Days Live. We are live for this week's AEW and NXT. There's not loads to go through in all fairness, but still some very, very interesting news coming up. I do need to just quickly start this countdown clock. There we go, boom. So the countdown clock is ticking down till when the shows will begin. Obviously, the big talking point for those of you that haven't heard about NXT and AEW is that there will be a big NXT announcement. We don't know what it is. We don't know what it's about. So very much looking forward to seeing what that is. Apparently, Triple H is going to be making that announcement. So, yeah, very, very interesting stuff. Hello to everyone that's jumping in. I think Shawn Michaels as well will be making the announcement also. So, Shawn and Triple H making this big announcement. We don't know what it is. I mean, look, the speculation that it could be something to do with a wild card, but I mean, I've got to be honest, I've not heard much about that speculation, just a few little rumblings here and there. So, yeah, I can't quite tell. I can't quite call it. I'm not quite sure. So we're going to have to see how that plays out. Hello to everyone in the chat. Big shout out, of course, to our friends, the Insiders, who just had an Abby's window with Jody Gilly. Love watching that. And yeah, some really, really interesting points made. So, yeah, absolutely brilliant. Great to have the Insiders back. Well done as well to everyone that's taken part in our faction war. This is brilliant. If you haven't heard about this, a large part of our community have got into groups. And these groups are going to do like tasks every now and again. And there's a task at the moment, which is to create a wrestler, basically. And we've had the submissions. We've seen the finalists. Absolutely amazing. If you want more information, go to the Insiders Twitter page. But well done to everyone that submitted, and well done to the finalists. They looked absolutely brilliant. So really impressed by that. We've got so much to go through, guys. I can't even get my breath at the moment. As I said, not loads when it comes to like news, but AEW have told us like all of the stuff that we're going to see tonight. I feel like I know every minute of AEW's show tonight because there's just so much that they've told us is coming on, like going to be on. So, yes, I will get to that. I've got Calmvia saying hello, Days. So hello to Calmvia Singh J Lion. Shout out to you. Jody Gilly as well says, thank you for the kind words, Days. You're the bombdiggity.com. Well, I would only say it if I meant it, and I mean it. I always jump over. Well, I say always. There was one that I missed because of, I can't even remember why. It might have been Money in the Bank or something. I think it was Money in the Bank or UFC. But no, I mean, look, when I've got time, I always enjoy jumping over there. I try and comment when I can. But most of the times I have it on when I'm setting the streams up. So really good stuff. So yeah, love the Insiders. Love the Abby's Window, the weekly podcasts, all of that. But really into this faction war. If you're sitting there thinking, what is he on about? What is this faction war that he's talking about? I want to know about AEW or NXT. We are going to get to that. But I've just got to say, if you want to join the faction war, it's free. You can do it. Like, it's just a bit of fun. Just go to the Insiders Twitter account. All the info is there. Go to @InsidersDays. And then, boom, done. Simple. Right, so, yes, we've got that. I think the major announcement is that Wrestling Days' beanie smells of baked beans. That, I mean, in all fairness, that wouldn't be a surprise, would it? So I'm not sure that's going to be big news. But we'll have to wait and see. Logic Gaming says, a shout out to C Wrestling as well, by the way. Hello. Monica King is here also, says, hello, Days. Who do you think should have the IC title? By the way, I don't think this NXT announcement has got anything to do with the IC title. I've had a few people getting in touch saying, do you think they're going to bring the IC title over to NXT? And I don't, because they've said there's going to be a tournament on SmackDown to crown the new IC champion. So I can't see these two bits of news being connected. But there are a few people out there saying, are they going to bring the IC? I don't think so. The speculation about NXT is that it could be NXT Japan. I saw our very own Jake Wrestle News talking about that. And a shout out to Jake, actually, because Jake has managed to get 1,800 followers on Instagram. So Jake is very much building. Jake was someone that wanted to become like a journalist. And Gary Cassidy was on the Insiders, and I know that Jake really enjoyed listening to what Gary had to say. Well, Jake has started up, and he's already got 1,800 followers on Instagram. So, yeah, really great to see that. So, big shout out to Jake Wrestle News and his ongoing success. So, yeah, absolutely awesome. But in regards to what the announcement could be, as we said, we generally don't know. I've not seen any rumors or like any spoilers saying it's definitely going to be this. Just a few rumors at this stage. So it could be NXT Japan. I don't think it's going to be Drake Maverick, because I don't think Triple H and Shawn would both get involved in that. Plus, this would be a horrible way to do it. I mean, do you know what I mean? He got released via like just a tweet, basically. I mean, there was nothing done in the ring, was there, when they released people? So like to do this, I don't know. I hope it's got nothing to do with that. I really hope it's got nothing to do with them rehiring Drake Maverick. I don't mind if he comes back. I mean, I want him to have a job, but yeah, I really don't want that to be this story. The other rumor, right? And I've got to tell you, this is another rumor, and I've only seen one person talking about this. I don't know where this information has come from, but I'm going to throw it out there because it is something that I've seen. The rumor is that they could move NXT to Tuesdays, right? That's just one more thing I've seen that got sent over. So we're going to have to wait and see. It's very, very interesting stuff. I would love it if they moved it to Tuesdays. I don't know why they would. I don't know, because would that be conceding defeat? You know, is that a good look for NXT to move to Tuesdays? I don't know. Why would they be moving to Tuesdays? I don't know. I can't. As long as it's not on at the same time as NWA, I'd be all for it. I would love to watch NXT on one day and AEW on a different day. I would absolutely love that. But again, as long as it's not on at the same time as NWA. What do you, WWF or WCW, what do I prefer? I honestly prefer good wrestling. It makes no difference to me what the company is. I do lean to WWE because I've grown up with WWE. They've given me many great memories and moments. So I do have, obviously, a connection with WWE. But if AEW is putting on something great, I'm going to watch that. And I'm going to tell you that it's great. So, yeah, I just look for good wrestling. That's what I look for. So, yeah, I don't really lean either way. There's been weeks where we've said that AEW was the better show. There's been weeks where we've said NXT is the better show. So, in regards to NXT, apart from that big announcement tonight, there's not a great deal of news. We know that Finn Balor is going to be taking on Cameron Grimes. We know that the tag titles are being defended. Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher defending against Imperium. Other than that, that's it. That's all we know for NXT. I haven't seen anything else get announced for NXT. It's a very, very different story for AEW. AEW are advertising Lance Archer and Jake Roberts are going to appear. Of course, Jake Roberts putting the snake on Brandy. So you've got to think that Cody's going to be involved in that. And of course, Cody versus Lance is the final of the TNT tournament. You've got Jurassic Express, which is going to be Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, taking on Best Friends, which is going to be Trent and Chuck. And I'm sure that Orange Cassidy will be around for that. Brodie Lee is taking on Christopher Daniels. So that might be quite interesting. They're saying on the preview, do not miss this. They seem to think it's going to be a very interesting match. Penelope Ford versus Kris Statlander versus Hikaru Shida versus Britt Baker. We've got a fatal four-way on the women's match there. We've got MJF returning. Jon Moxley wants his belt back. Of course, it was stolen by Brodie. And as well as that, we've got Chris Jericho versus Shugdi. We've got Santana and Ortiz taking on Matt Hardy and Kenny Omega. So as we said, when it comes to AEW, I feel like I know every minute of their programming. They've actually announced quite a lot of stuff that's going to go down tonight. So, yeah, looking forward to it, man. It should be a good night, but no denying the big talking point tonight is that big NXT announcement. They've said it's huge. William Regal announced it on the bump. So, we're going to have to wait and see. Jerry Smith says, Days, I love that Days and also Cesaro, Sheamus or Jeff Hardy should... Cesaro, Sheamus or Jeff Hardy should win the IC title. Yeah, Jeff Hardy I think would be cool. I can never remember who sends this stuff through. Someone said to me earlier, would it be a good idea if Big E was to become the IC champion? And I was like, yes, I love that. I love the idea of Big E becoming champion because that's not something I'd considered. So we don't know who's in the tournament yet, but it is going to make SmackDown very interesting. I got to tell you, Sami Zayn is not a happy boy. Sami Zayn is not a happy boy. He has taken to Twitter to say that he completely disagrees with this. Whoever wins this is a sham of a champion. I think WWE on Fox said the new Intercontinental champion should be, and I think Sami Zayn replied, ashamed. So he's not happy at all. He's not happy at all that he's been stripped of the IC title. But I do like the idea of Big E winning it. But yeah, it's going to be very, very... I was joking. Why don't they just give it to Pat Patterson? Pat Patterson, the first ever IC champ from the 1970s. Why not have him just walk out saying that he's the new champ, saying he'd won it in Rio de Janeiro? Because that's exactly how they introduced the title. In case you didn't know, Pat Patterson was the North American champion. And he, next week or so, a couple of weeks later, he came back saying he was now the Intercontinental champion. And there was like, how does that happen? And he says, well, there was a tournament in Brazil where they were going to merge the North American and the South American belts. They were going to merge them both into the Intercontinental Championship. And so there was a tournament in Rio, and Pat Patterson won it. But there was no tournament. Pat Patterson just made it all up and declared himself the Intercontinental Championship. But that's how it all started. There's a lot of people that don't know what the Intercontinental Championship belt actually represents. It's North and South America. It's both of the Americas. So both of the Americas, North and South, not like United States and Billy Bob America. Bryce Carter, shout out to you, my friend. I hope you are well. I'd love to live in Billy Bob America now. I'd love to live in Carneyland. Very excited for that. Carneyland is coming. I know a lot of you watching might not watch NWA. It's free on YouTube every Tuesday at 6 o'clock Eastern. You absolutely should. Next week, they've got a brand new show coming called Carneyland. And we have got no idea what this is. No idea. Have no idea what Carneyland is. But I am so here for it. I'm so excited. So, next Tuesday, brand new show from the NWA. So, can't wait for that. Karmveer Singh J Lion says, which wrestling pay-per-view are you live streaming tomorrow? Well, that is such a great question. Shout out to Karmveer for asking what wrestling pay-per-view are we streaming tomorrow? It's a big question. It's a great question. And the answer, Karmveer Singh J Lion, the answer is Total Divas. Total Divas, episodes 4 to 7. We did episodes 1 to 3 last week. I thought we were done. I didn't think we was going to return to Total Divas. I got to tell you, we did a live stream just after Raw on the second channel. It's not really a second channel. Whatever. Wrestling Escape Pod. We were over there and we did a poll, fair and square, and it was close. There was about, I think, 2%, 3%. It was really, I think, 2 or 3% in it. It was really close between Total Divas, episodes 4 to 7. Don't ask. These aren't my choices, by the way, right? I don't want anyone looking at me going, why have you picked that? I haven't picked that. This is what people want to watch, right? The community chose. So this was down to the community. So the community chose this. Nothing to do with me. So, yes, we are watching that. It was 2 or 3% difference between that and SummerSlam 94, Undertaker versus Undertaker. So, blame Anna Dawes. Scott Turner, shout out to you, my friend. Thank you so much for the kind donation. Really do appreciate it. £10 a podcast. I think I just saw them in the chat as well. Lots of love to them. Good evening, Mayor Days. Yes, I have declared myself the official NWA Mayor of Carneyland. So, this is what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? It's a brand new land. So why don't we all just give ourselves roles? Do you know what I mean? Follow them on Twitter or Instagram and just let them know what you are. I think it'd be really fun if everyone did that. Could you imagine if people could you imagine how confused the NWA would be sitting there, having person after person going, I'm the official bin collector of Carneyland. I'm the official children's entertainer of Carneyland. I'm the like, they're just like, what is this? What's going on? I'd love that. I would love it if they just had hundreds of people saying, I'm the official teacher of I'm the official balloon animal expert. I think that's still going. If anyone wants to be the official balloon animal expert of Carneyland, I think it's still free. So, yes, I'm the mayor. I've already claimed that. I think Mr. Rotella is the secretary for propaganda. Fair enough. So, yeah, there's still many, many vacancies left. So, feel free to drop them a follow. And please, for me, tell them what you're going to be as well, because I think that'd be hilarious. Coaster Maniacs says, Days, the contest has been announced and the prize rules and details Saturday also. Hashtag King Coasters. Yeah, so, man, there's so much to talk about. King Coasters, Coaster Maniacs. He has got a little competition running. This is going to be very interesting, very good. You definitely want to check out his video because I don't know if the details are in it or not. I don't know if he's announced what the prize is, but it's tasty. It's definitely tasty. C Wrestling says, don't lie, Days. I nominated Total Divas because you DM'd me begging me to. You still owe me £5 for doing that as well. It was a fair price. It was a fair price. Days, do you ever sleep? I do sleep, actually. Yeah, I've been sleeping a bit more than usual, actually. So, I think, yeah, I know that we are now starting to come out of, like self-isolation and everything. I'm definitely looking at catching up on a little bit of sleep soon. I think we're doing, I mean, it's worth saying the Thursday watch-alongs won't run forever. Because, of course, everyone's going to be back at school and back at work. And, do you know what I mean? Doing, like, we're not all stuck indoors. So, I think I'm looking at, like, the start of June. And then we'll probably end doing the Thursday watch-along. So, I mean, look, it's a good thing. It means that there's light at the end of the tunnel. It means that our lives are slowly coming back. So, yeah, I think we've got a few more weeks of that. Coaster Maniac says the prize is announced. Just not details on the rules. Oh, okay. So I can say then what the prize is. So, Coaster Maniacs, what I said to Coaster Maniacs was I really appreciated all the support that he'd given, like, me and the channel and you know, all the donations. And we could do another video. I'd be happy to do another video, but wouldn't it be cool to do something different? So I came up with the idea of, what if I am on a video with Coaster Maniacs and one of you can jump onto the video and actually sit down and talk with me directly, and Coaster Maniacs have it recorded and it'll go up onto Coaster Maniacs channel. Like, this really is a big deal, because this is just not anything that we ever do. We never have guests like on these streams. I mean, because literally I've got enough as it is going on. Do you know what I mean? The last thing we need is more technology. So, yeah, this is a big prize. This is a big deal. we've never done this before. I mean, I've sat down with Mr. Rotella on £10 podcast, but to actually sit down with like one of you, I don't actually know what you need to enter. I'm guessing you're going to need a computer. You might need Zoom or something. I don't know. You see, this is where you need to be talking to Coaster Maniacs. I think it might be Zoom. I don't know. I don't know how it's working. I don't even have Zoom, so I don't even know how I'm getting on. But yeah, I suppose I should get Zoom. That would make the most sense. I did try to sign up, and it seemed like a nightmare, but, you know, I'll try again. So, yeah, I think that this is going to be quite an interesting prize. So, there we go. Check it out. Jump over to Coaster Maniacs channel if you want more information. Can you say Nana Christine? I've done it. Daze, do you think that Bray will get revenge on Braun? I think that the Fiend is coming. I agree with what Jody was saying over on Abby's window. I think that this is all building towards the Fiend. And I can see, I think it was the right result. I think everything that went down at Money in the Bank was good. It was fine. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a decent kind of match as well. It was a long Bray match. Funhouse Bray, that was a long Funhouse Bray match. So, yeah, there was a lot about it that I enjoyed. But, yeah, this is far from over. Far from over. So, I think I'm expecting a Fiend attack. Maybe Friday. There'll be something. But the Fiend's coming. I mean, they even teased it, didn't they? They flashed it up at the end. So, excited. Wrestling Days fan, shout out to you. Vegan Strong Style, shout out to you. Swamp Manor says, Days, the announcement is apparently that NXT UK is now going to become a part of NXT. How does that work? I mean, I'd love it, because that's great for me. That means I can go to one of the tape-ins and see, like, Johnny Gargano or something, you know? Well, unless it's going to stop in the UK. Actually, that might be bad for me. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. This is quite interesting. Well, let's find out. Before I start trying to figure out what this announcement means, let's hear the announcement first. Luke, shout out to you. Favorite wrestler right now, if I had to pick one, would be Asuka. Vegan says, how do I enter to make sure I don't win a chat with... Hello, darkness, my old friend. That's a bit mean. But shout out to you, Vegan. What has two butts and kills people? An assassin. That was Jim Gore, by the way. Bembo Gaming says, I think William Regal is going to announce he is leaving his role in NXT and giving it to Shawn Michaels. Oh, I hope not. I mean, Shawn as GM would be okay, but William Regal... He's class, isn't he? He's just a classy guy. He doesn't get in the way. You know, he's very composed. But then when he loses it, War Games! And all that. He's so good at what he does. If it's not broken, then there's no need to fix it. So I understand he's had a few health issues and everything. But, man, I think that this isn't a very strenuous role. You know, just bringing him in once in a while. I hope it's not that. It could be Bembo. I think it really could be, which is why I'm a bit gutted. Look at this. We've got the Mongrovian spike. There we go. You can see a bit of NWA right now. Question mark with the Mongrovian spike. Boom! I did ask that to change to Regal, actually, so it seems like it's taking its sweet time. Days, Virginia is definitely going into phase 1 on Friday. Things are starting to get somewhat better, but we've got a long way to go. My mother is going back to work tomorrow, so some good news. Amazing. Yeah, the UK has had people today. You're allowed to leave. I don't get the rules. You're allowed to leave if it's your birthday in January and you've got 5 Tupperware boxes or something. I don't know. It's something weird. So you're allowed to go out. You can go fishing on your own as long as when you catch the fish, you name it and give it a kiss or something. There's like loads of little weird rules. So we are starting now to like emerge from our caves, but like having a sniff around and playing tennis. So yeah, there's definitely movement. But apparently it's not until June that non-essential shops are going to reopen and things like that. So, yeah, we'll wait and see. Coaster Maniacs, fun fact, Asuka is the second longest woman to hold the briefcase at a day, right behind Carmella. Okay, cool. Bailey cashed in on the same show? Okay. Second longest. Has there only been the 3? Carmella, Bailey, and Asuka. Where did I get up to? Do you think the Hacker could be the IC champ? No. Regal is coming out of retirement to face Adam Cole, says Robin813. We're like brand new dogs going on our first walks again. Yes. Dude, you should have seen my tail this morning. It was going crazy. The Sunny Wolf says, I don't have a car. My mum's fiance is at work. Tim is only on a Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Oh, heartbreaking. I did jump on. Sunny Wolf has got an Instagram where she shares her love for Tim Hortons. So, yeah, feel free to jump over there and give her a follow as well if you're a Tim Hortons fan. Warsaw till I die. Warsaw till I die. Warsaw till I die. Shout out to Warsaw till I die. I've done toy hunts in Warsaw. So I don't live too far away from Warsaw. So shout out to Warsaw till I die. Days, Wrestling Hub has just made a video and he says that Seth broke a rule. Yes. It's a weird rule. And the rule is that if you're the illegal man, then you cannot interfere in tag matches unless you're breaking up a pin. So last night, Seth was on the outside of the ring. When Ray came against the ropes, he pulls him out and he starts beating him up. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to get involved. Of course, you've got the odd little kick, the odd little punch that the ref doesn't see. But actually, if you're not the legal man standing on the outside, you can't grab someone from the ring and pull them out. I mean, look, could you do a little bit of sneaky holding of them in the corner whilst the other person Yes. But you can't do what, and that's why the tag match ended in DQ. Because there was a few people that saw that on Raw that was like, what? Disqualification? Why? Hasn't he got 5 seconds? But the fact of the matter is, if you're not the legal man, you shouldn't be getting involved at all. It's a Vince McMahon rule that apparently is very serious. Like, how the referees are told they've got to count 3 if the shoulders are down. Like, doesn't matter. It's not your fault. If it's the wrestler's fault for not getting the shoulders up, you count the 3. Yeah? You don't do 2 and go and mess around. You count the 3. It's the same as this. If an illegal man gets involved on the outside, you call the match. It's a DQ. So, but I don't know. I don't know if it wasn't meant to go that way, to be honest, because clearly the Rey Mysterio eye thing was meant to happen. So I'm not sure that he did break the rule. Well, I think it was planned. I think what he did was meant to happen. But it's actually exposed a rule. I think Brian Alvarez was talking about it. Can you also put on UFC? I know. I do want to, Richard, but there's no way I'm going to be able to do both, unfortunately. So, yeah, I mean, I was going to try and watch it after, but the problem is that these shows do sometimes... Well, I don't even know when the UFC one begins, but I think it's already started. We're certainly missing prelims and all of that. When does the main... I don't even look... Didn't even look to see when the main card starts. UFC. UFC. One day I will learn how Twitter works, how Google works. Starts at 2. Yeah, so main card starts at 2 o'clock. So we're going to miss an hour of the main card. I mean, we might be able to catch like Rothwell, OSP, Tajira, and Anthony Smith. Yes, it is. I am disappointed at missing that. But how unusual to do it on a Wednesday. Do you know what I mean? We never have this problem normally. William Hensey says, I find it curious that Canadians get bent out of shape over truck stop donuts. Nathan says, Days, we are 30 minutes away until AEW and NXT presents Justice Earthquake 2020. Wow. I wish that was the name of a show. Days, the announcement could be about the Velveteen Dream. No, they'd do that on the quiet. They wouldn't make that a big public announcement on that. I don't think so. I mean, at the moment, I haven't even heard the updates on that. There was the allegations made. Velveteen Dream is fighting it, and I haven't seen anything else, to be honest. So I don't think they would be using TV time to deal with that issue. Days, record UFC. That's what I'm doing. That's a good shout. What's next? Oh, by the way, we are definitely doing UFC on Saturday. So we've got less than half an hour to go until we get to AEW and NXT. But tomorrow we have got Total Divas. And you know what? It's all right. It's all right. If you're a wrestling fan, there is a couple of things that you will get from it. The big thing that I learned from watching it last week was that NXT was in Tampa for a short time. The FCW training center actually didn't just close down. They turned it into NXT. And so they did train people in the FCW warehouse, but just redecorated it all as NXT. I can't imagine that it was there for that long. And then it moved over to Orlando, to the Performance Center. But until they built the Performance Center, they were based in Tampa. I think I think it's a kids' party place. Didn't they go back during that FCW story? I think they did. And it was at like a kids' party place. If next time I go to America, because I definitely will go back one day to Florida, I'm going to see if I can find it. I would love to try and find it. So I am going to go to America and go to a kids' party place. I'm just going to hang around outside. So, and if you've got a problem with that, that's your problem. Yeah, I think that'd be really interesting to see where FCW was based, Florida Championship Wrestling, which was NXT before NXT. So, yeah, I learned that. There was a few other bits that we took from it as well, like the cancelled 8-man tag match from WrestleMania 29, I think it was. So, yeah, there's a couple of things. And then, of course, you've got the typical drama and whatever, but it's all right. You still have fun. You still get introduced to some new characters like Vincent and Sebastian. So, yeah, Total Divas tomorrow, SmackDown on Friday, UFC on Saturday, and the Sunday faff around on Sunday. Days, what is your favourite of the AEW face masks? I can't remember them off the top of my head, if I'm being perfectly honest. Let me have a look. I'll have a look for you. I'd like to give you an honest answer. AEW Shop? Awesome One 1019. Hello, Days. How are you today? I'm good, thank you. I hope you are well. I'm really intrigued by this big announcement. That's definitely dominating my thoughts. So, yeah, for me, it's all about this big NXT announcement. Did you see that? They did a Conehead t-shirt based on last week's main event. You know, where Jericho put a cone on his head and was giggling away to himself during the main event. AEW actually made a shirt based on that. So, very cool. Calm Via Sing J Lion says, have you ever attended a WrestleMania show? I haven't, my friend. No, I haven't. I've got to be honest. I suppose I would like to. It is a bucket list thing, I suppose. But I would only be doing it really to see legends, if I'm being honest. I mean, I kind of feel like all the other stars you can see at Raw or SmackDown. So I would be going to see The Undertaker. I would be going to hopefully see someone like Stone Cold or whoever was being inducted in the Hall of Fame that year. You know, those are the people that you can't see at Raw and SmackDown. Seth Rollins, all of them, you can see them. So, and obviously you've got the stage and all the people. So I totally get it. And yes, I would like to go. But what excites me way more than that is Access. The event before, you know. I've got to tell you, I was so tempted, really tempted, to actually go to Tampa this year. It was a conversation that I had with my parents, Mama Days, Dada Days. I spoke to both of them because they always like to go away somewhere warm and they really like Florida. So I was like, well, look, do you fancy going over? Because, like, I can go to these places, do some toy hunts, go to FCW, go, you know, to some WrestleMania events and things, and you can, like, sunbathe and all this. And it really was being considered. But I can't remember why it didn't happen. It wasn't coronavirus, because obviously you had to plan this, like, last year, but there was I can't remember what it was. But, yeah, I was really tempted, because I wouldn't have gone to WrestleMania, but I would have gone to Access, and I would have loved it, because Access has got so much. You can get into a ring. You can get into a ring, and I would love to just get into, you know, what does it feel like in there? What's it feel like? How tight are the ropes? Do you know what I mean? If you go back against them, how loose are they? And just silly little things like that. Do you know what I mean? I would throw myself. I'd go running into the corner. I'd want to know what it felt like. They probably won't let you do any of these things. You're probably allowed in the ring for one picture, and then you've got to leave. But I'd be there going into the corner and, like, checking out the ropes like this and everything. Checking the ring, how hard it is. I'd love to check all that. I think I'd be a real good health and safety expert. So, yeah, I would love to do that. And also, they've got, like, Elimination Chamber. Mattel show off new figures. They've got a massive shop there as well. They've got all the old entrance stages. You know, the old neon sign and the old, like, big Raw sign. And they've got a Hall of Fame display. And, I mean, I'm not doing an advert for Access, but that interests me more than actually going to Mania, believe it or not. So it means I could have done that. I could have done that, and I could then have gone to done the watch along. The only problem is, last time I was in Florida, we paid a bit extra, and we didn't stay in a hotel. We stayed in a villa, and it was amazing. It was like this little house. It was like an Airbnb thing. So we stayed in this house, and you know, it had a couple of bedrooms, and it had its own kitchen, and it had its own living room, had its own pool, which is how I was able to do that wrestling moves in the swimming pool thing. So we had, like, this really great house. Loved it, honestly. I mean, I didn't want to leave. But the Wi-Fi wasn't great. The Wi-Fi was really awful. I mean, like, we checked there was Wi-Fi, but I remember doing the watch-alongs, and the watch-alongs were, like, really wobbly. Really wobbly. So I was having to use this really awful Wi-Fi. So, yeah, I'd kind of... That was the concern, I think. Bryce Carter says, #SexyBeast. Vegan says, I probably would have attended a WrestleMania by now, but I was left traumatized from not attending SummerSlam in the UK. Coastamaniac says, I can tell you what a ring feels like. Have you got a ring of you? I totally believe you've got a ring in your back garden. I would totally believe that. Jim Gore says FCW had one of the most unique championships. The Jack Brisco. Can I just stop you? Whatever I'm about to read now, I do not know. This is I love this. This is brand new information that we are going to learn together, my friends. Okay, and I trust Jim here. I think he's telling me the truth. So here we go. Let's learn together. Jim Gore said we've got 19 minutes. That's plenty of time for knowledge, right? FCW, which don't forget was NXT before NXT. FCW had one of the most unique championships, the Jack Brisco 15 championship, where every championship match was a 15-minute Iron Man match. Can you get many falls in 15 minutes? I suppose that means that, you're never out of it, are you, until the time's up? Unless it's like 10-0 or something like that. That does sound interesting, actually. The Jack Brisco 15. I want to look at that belt. Oh, I've got to answer that other question as well. Someone said, what's my favourite AEW mask? The Champion looks good. Free the Delete looks great if you're a Hardy fan. I think the Free the Delete one looks really classy if you're into Matt Hardy. That looks good. I think we've got Young Bucks as well, which looks kind of cool. We've got Orange Cassidy, just plain denim. Probably just the standard AEW one. It's very simple, but gets the message across, doesn't it? So, yeah, there's some decent ones. I want to look at that Jack Brisco belt now. I hope it's nicely detailed. Jack Brisco 15 championship. Let's have a look and see if there's a picture of it. Images. Is there a picture? Is there an image
Anonymous
of the Jack
is a legend.
Brisco?
They donated $10 via Super Chat. Days you should come to Dallas for Survivor Series. Could be Taker's last match. There are tons of places you could do toy hunts, and I can take you to where the sportatorium
do you
used
know
to
what?
be.
I've never actually looked to see if there's any FCW stuff on the network. So maybe it's got some of that stuff on the network. No, I couldn't see anything on it. But that's definitely one to check out on the WWE network. So I might be doing that later. So shout out to you, dude. Shout out to Jim Gore. DJ B-Tech. Oh, my God. Look at all these. I've missed so many. Moda.
DJ Desi is a legend. They donated $30 via Super Chat. Hey Days, everyone love you episode of Abby out to the insiders and Jody.
Right, okay. I've probably been talking whilst loads have been coming through because I didn't see them and I can't hear. Well, I can hear, but it doesn't work. Moda says, Days, you should come to Dallas for Survivor Series. It could be Taker's last match. Could be. There are tons of places that you can do toy hunts, and I can take you to the Sportatorium, where the Sportatorium...
Shane Cowley is a legend. They donated $10 via Super Chat. Ready for a fun night with Days.
I can take you where the Sportatorium used to be. I never knew the Sportatorium had been knocked down, to be honest. I can just see someone saying, Shane says the Jack Brisco 15 was a medal, not a belt. Now I did see a medal. I mean, that's what it was. A medal. I don't know how I feel about a medal. A medal as a championship. What is this world that we've gone into? What's this? FCW 15 champion. Was that it? Was that really it? That was it. That was all it was. No, nice belt. Just like that. That was it. I don't know how I feel about that. Shout out to you, Moda. Next up, we got Shane Cowley saying, ready for a fun night with Dave. Shout out to you, dude. We are 15 minutes away. As we said, we've already run through the matches for tonight. Not much known for NXT apart from that big announcement, a tag team title match, and also Finn Balor taking on Cameron Grimes over on AEW. You've got pretty much everyone in action. You've got Jericho. You've got... I can't even remember everyone off the top of my head. There's like a women's fatal 4-way. There's loads. There's loads going down. Lance Archer, Jake the Snake's going to be there. So yeah, there's quite a bit going on with AEW. I've got to try and get through these super chats. DJ B Tazzy, shout out to you, buddy. DJ B Tazzy says, "Hey Days, hey everyone, love you guys. Great episode of Abby's Window. Shout out to the Insiders and Jody Gilly." Yeah, shout out to all of them. We were praising that earlier, so Kurt Angle endorses it, says Vegan. They should do AJ versus Drew for the WWE Championship. I think they will eventually. I think we're definitely on that course. Yeah, I can definitely see that happening. Days, I want Cena to win the IC Championship. Yes, I want Cena as well. I want Cena to win that as well. Sean Rousset says, Days, did you see the highlights of WWE backstage? Ricky the Dragon was showing his wall of Hall of Fame last night. I did not see it, actually, no. The news about Sami Zayn kind of got in the way. So the whole Sami Zayn thing kind of took over. So, yes, for those of you that are into your legends, then Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was on WWE backstage last night. I've got to say, starting to look a little old from the image that I saw on Twitter. You know, just starting to look a little old. Don't know. I know we're all getting old, but yeah, it's when you don't see people for a little while, isn't it? So just kind of looked at him and thought, oh, starting to look a little older there, Ricky. So an absolute legend, though. Of course, I think they had him on because they were showing WrestleMania 3 just before, which I would love to have done, but I was recording. Oh, I've got to tell you as well, I love this week's Wrestling Escape pod, and I'm not just saying that. It's so good. It's all about the Firefly Funhouse, and I know it's a topic that's been done to death, but I really think this is interesting because Tommy had never seen it. Tommy Toy Travels, that I do the podcast with, had pretty much left wrestling, pretty much left YouTube, left wrestling, kind of kept his eye on like big things, but wasn't watching Raw anymore or things like that, just kind of keeping an eye on pay-per-views. So, you know, he'd seen certain things on pay-per-views, WrestleManias, things like that, but he hadn't been watching Raw, and he hadn't seen, like, the Funhouse. He's gone and got a job, he's really happy, and you know, he's kind of, he's living a new life now. So he hadn't seen it. So he's only seen the episodes this past week for the first time. So you've got someone who was really involved in wrestling. You know, he had his YouTube channels on 86,000 subscribers. He was the person that inspired me. And he's only just seen it. So you get all his initial thoughts. Plus also we really tried to delve a little bit into the history of it. And yeah, man, it's good. It's a good, fun episode. So really looking forward to that. I've got to start editing it. That'll be up this Friday. So looking forward to that. Coaster Maniacs, shout out to you, buddy. Let me go back up and see. They should do AJ versus Drew. They really should. Seth wore the medal, says Jake Wrestle News. Amazing. I can't believe this. I had no idea. Nick Storm Review, shout out to you. Hey, Nick Storm Review. Nick Storm Review has got a new video up as well about the worst figures, which I watched and enjoyed. And Nick Storm Review, I sent your video to Tommy Toy Travels, and he was really pleased. He sent me an email saying he's really pleased to see that you've come back to making videos. So that legit is from Tommy. Tommy said that. He said that you were someone that used to interact a lot on his channel and everything. So he was really pleased to see that you was back and making videos again. So yeah, really cool. Shout out to Nick Storm Review. Elder Sour, shout out to you. Elder Sour dropping the knowledge bomb. Boom. First holder of the Jack Brisco 15 was Seth Rollins. Well, there we go. Seth winning everything at the moment, isn't he? He's winning Jack Brisco, 15 medals. Becky Lynch's heart. Becky Lynch's womb. He's winning it all. But he, I didn't even know. I'd never even heard about it. I did not know that there was, I'd never even heard about that. So shout out to Jim Gore. I never knew that it was a medal. I still find that weird. Do you know what I mean? I kind of feel like it could have been a little... Maybe I'm in the minority. Maybe I'm in the minority.
Via Super
John Cena Gamer 0809 says Alexa Bliss won the Women's Money in the Bank as well. I can't remember Alexa Bliss winning it. Why can't I remember Alexa Bliss winning it? Look, seriously, I can't. I can remember... Did she cash in on the same show? I think, well, she must have. I can't remember it. She must have cashed in on the same show. I remember that she was champion and Ronda beat Alexa at SummerSlam. So maybe that's how Alexa became champion. Maybe she'd cashed it in and won the title on the same show. Someone's telling me she did cash in on the same show. Oh. Calm Via, shout out to you. Sing J Lion. Says, what wrestler do you think will end Drew's WWE World Championship reign? I gotta be honest, I don't know. I think he's going to be champ for a little while. I think they're going to give him some tasty opponents. I think he's going to get some wins. It's only by beating big names like Seth, like AJ, like any other legend they can find, Edge. It's only by beating those people that he's going to be cementing himself as a main event star. The problem with the Jinder run was he didn't beat anyone. And those that he did, he beat by cheating. So it never really put him over. It never really achieved what it needed to achieve. It just made him seem like he wasn't worthy and that he wasn't really meant for that level. So when it comes to Drew, if they really want to build him up as a main event talent, then he's got to get wins and he's got to show that he belongs at that level. So I don't think he's going to lose it for a while. I don't think Otis is cashing in on him or anything like that. I don't even know what the rules are. I don't know if Otis has got to cash in on the Universal. I mean, there's rumours he might cash in on a tag title, which would be horrific. So, yeah, I think that Jinder stands a chance. Because I do think that India is still an attractive market to WWE, and I think they're building Jinder up as someone for the future. Although saying that, he might be a face now, and I can't see face Jinder versus face Drew. Jinder said he's gonna get to the top as a hero this time, so unless he's lying to us, which he could be, then I don't know. It's a hard one to call. But there's definitely a few names in the pot. Definitely a few names. I mean, someone like Randy Orton could do it. But, I mean, it's so hard to predict the future because I really feel like when we actually get through all of what we're going through right now, I think we'll see a superstar shakeup. I think there'll be a draft. I think people will move around and just freshen up the shows a little bit. So it could be anyone. That's what makes it so difficult. Charlie says, Io Shirai versus Rhea Ripley. Winner faces Charlotte next week. Is that official? Or is that what you would do? Days Riddle and Thatcher defend the titles against Imperium. They do, bud. They do. Imtiaz says, Days, I was saying that you should watch Nightmare Tenants and Slum Landlords on Channel 5 every weekday morning in the lockdown. It's really good. Okay. Andy says, AJ Styles is my favourite. He is going to be the next champion. I've got a feeling that he's on a collision course with The Undertaker. There's definitely something happening there. And I've even heard rumours that there are plans for them to face again further down the road. I don't know at what point, but apparently they are on a collision course. So, yeah. I mean, you could just tell the way that he was sat watching The Undertaker show last night. And then when it finished, he was so frustrated and he storms out the room. I was quite surprised that not more people were talking about that. I mean, in all fairness, there were some big things that happened on Raw. So, AJ getting a little bit upset probably doesn't stand out that much. But it did to me. because it just really heavily implied that him and The Undertaker were not finished. So, yeah, the rumors are they will collide again further down the road. Sonny Wolf says a new donut review is going up. Ah, yes, Eric Haberman. Eric Haberman says, can I be the guest relations of Carneyland? Yes. Yes, you can. That is definitely a vacancy. All you've got to do is follow them on Twitter, follow them on Instagram, and then just on one of their posts, just say, FYI, I am now the guest relations of Carneyland, or I am now the official ticket inspector of Carneyland, or whatever it might be, whatever you want to be. Parking warden, whatever you want to be, it's up to you. But let them know. I just love the idea of the NWA sitting there having hundreds of people telling them that they're just doing different roles in Carneyland. Just makes me laugh. I think I just really like inconveniencing people. It's just, you know what I mean? I'm that kind of cheeky chappy. Daze, do you think the Hacker will win the IC title? No. John Elite says, Daze, who do you see taking the title off Adam Cole Bay? I see Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, Damian Priest, or Dominik Dijakovic. Yes, I could see that. Nick Storm Review says, Daisy Boy, do you have any tips for me wanting to start to do daily content? Well, the biggest thing I would say is what you're doing now definitely helps, you know, coming into a community, getting, you know, used to people, like, you know, making some relationships and stuff like that. On Twitter, doing exactly the same thing, just growing your online presence, really. I mean, when I started the Wrestling Days channel, I didn't know anyone, so the first thing that I did was, yes, I was putting videos up, but they were getting like 20 views a day. Like, honestly, when the Wrestling Days channel started, it started from ground zero, like every other channel has to. And I was getting about 20 views a day. I mean, I think there's still videos on the Wrestling Days channel that have got 20 odd views. So if you go back to my oldest videos and go down, you'll see some Wrestling Days videos that only 20 people have ever watched. So yeah, you know, we all go through it. But whilst I was doing that, I was having conversations on Twitter with people, and I was liking posts that I genuinely liked, and I was leaving comments, and I was never saying, come over to my channel. Oh, I talk about this on my YouTube. I was never doing that. That was never what it was about. It was about being a wrestling fan and connecting with other wrestling fans. And then people follow you and you share your thoughts on Twitter and they'll like them. And all of a sudden, you know, you'll start seeing them in your comments, and because they've naturally wanted to come over and check your videos out or whatever, you know, you share them on there and it just grows. But there's no fast track for that. There's no quick way around that. There's no quick fix for that. It took me 6 months to get to 1,000 subs of daily doing that. So you've got to enjoy the journey when it comes to YouTube. You really have, because the journey is a large part of it. You shouldn't really look at YouTube. It's like, I'm not sitting here going, oh, right, what do I need to do to get to 1 million subscribers or anything? I'm not, do you know what I mean? I hope I'd love it if I did one day. That'd be amazing. But you got to enjoy the journey, man. So yeah, build up your Twitter following and everything. And that goes for everyone else as well. That's how I started. Took me 6 months to get 1,000 subscribers, but there's no fast track for that. And building those relationships and everything. You can ask Jim Gore as well, because he was probably one of the 20 people that was watching them videos at the start. Jim Gore was around at the very beginning. So shout out to our great friend Jim Gore. But with that being said, we are about to rumble on both shows. Let's jump into... Right, here we go. Let's go. Double or Nothing is coming up on pay-per-view. We've got both shows starting now. Right, okay, we've just got video packages for NXT over on AEW. We've just got a very excited AEW roster at ringside. What channel is AEW on in the UK? You've got to go to Fight TV for that. I don't believe it's on. I don't think it's on live in the UK unless you go to Fight TV, but you have to subscribe. Oh no, Lance Archer's come out with someone that he's beating up. Who is that? He's just beating someone up from the back. Okay, so Lance Archer and Jake Roberts have come out. Right, Lance Archer. So Lance Archer's come out over on AEW. For NXT, we're going to have the tag match. We're going to have Riddle and Thatcher. Thatcher. Is it like that? Thatcher. Fat Cher. Shout out to Cher if she's watching. You're not fat. Versus Imperium. I've been watching since 2016 before I had an account. Shout out to you, buddy. Thank you for the support. Right, Riddle and Thatcher versus Imperium. That's going to be for the tag team championships. At the moment, we've got Lance Archer and Jake the Snake just doing a promo at the moment. So Imperium making their entrance. Of course, there is no Volta right now. I think he's stuck in Austria or Europe. How do you feel about Sami Zayn relinquishing the IC title? I think there should be an interim champion, to be honest. I think they're doing interim championships with Cruiserweight. So why is this not for the interim Intercontinental? Like Sami, I believe, is choosing to stay away because of the virus, which I think is more than fair, you know? So I don't feel like stripping him of the title was the right move. I on reflection, having had time to think about it, I think I would be doing a tournament for the interim tag team champion. Liam Costa, shout out, dude. Says, hey, Days, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Hello, we've got a... Cody's arrived. Cody is very upset. He's trying to drive it. I don't know why he's done that. Cody bursting it. Well, he knocked over a railing with his car and a bin. Lance Archer's going over. This is going to be a fired up Lance Archer going right after Cody. Cody with a low blow. They're already starting off quite hot on AEW. Cody firing shots in. Look at this. Is he going straight after Jake? Lance Archer attacking him from behind. It should be a great match on NXT. We got Timothy Thatcher in the ring and just brilliant wrestler. Like, not sports entertainer. Wrestler. Okay, here we go. Archer charging over to Cody. Cody moving out of the way and Archer colliding into the ring post and Cody firing lefts and rights. Bartel trying to show Thatcher that he's just as good at wrestling. So these two down on the mat at the moment. Oh, I tell you what, some of the transitions in this match. Look, now he's got knees in the back. Got him stretched across the knees. It's hard to know what to watch. It's an absolute war over on AEW. A brawler Jake coming over. Cody is now in the ring with Jake. Cody's got a chair. He's trying to get at Jake, but Lance is in there. Oh, look at what they're doing on NXT as well. They've got their legs tied up. You got Thatcher on top now, firing some forearm strikes down into an armbar, looking for an armbar by Thatcher. I don't know what to watch. Both shows, man. Both shows doing some awesome work at the moment. I'm loving Cody trying desperately to get at Jake the Snake after what Jake did to Brandy. Jake not leaving. Jake standing his ground. He's got every confidence that Lance Archer's going to stop Cody. So I really like that. I really like the fact that Jake hasn't left. And he stood his corner. Yeah, Cody standing in the ring. Lance Archer on the outside. Jake the Snake right behind him over on NXT. Timothy Thatcher still in the ring. Eichner's come in now. And Jake the Snake and Lance Archer are in retreat mode. Retreat mode. Let me just go up on some of the chat. Shout out to Liam Costa. Days Conor McGregor would look small next to Drake Maverick. Coming up on AEW tonight, Brodie Lee takes on Christopher Daniels. Matt Riddle is now in the ring on NXT. Matt Riddle getting slammed down. Nice gut wrench to Eichner. Eichner tagging in Bartel. Nice suplex to Bartel. Oh, kicked by Riddle. Oh, hello. Chris Jericho's taking on Pineapple Pete. MJF in action tonight as well. First match back. C Wrestling says, I didn't understand the car spot. That was completely pointless. Hikaru Shida is taking on Penelope Ford, taking on Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and also taking on Kris Statlander as well. Santana and Ortiz taking on Matt Hardy and Kenny Omega. We've gone to commercial break on NXT. Jurassic Express are taking on Best Friends. Jurassic Express are going to have Marco Stunt. Best Friends are going to have Orange Cassidy. Where do you watch Double or Nothing? Well, it's going to be on Fight TV. Okay, so we're at commercial break for NXT. I really enjoyed both of those starts. I think the match on NXT is great. It's the kind of wrestling that I really enjoy. You know, really jockeying for position, people trying to get the advantage. You know, it's like it's a real wrestling match with great wrestling holds. Really not the kind of thing that you'll ever see on Raw or SmackDown. It's a proper NXT match. So really enjoying the start of that. And I really liked Cody and Lance brawling. It's always great to see Jake the Snake, one of my all-time favorites. Obviously, Cody absolutely furious following last week where Jake put the snake on Brandy. So, yeah, really cool. Sam, shout out to you. Pineapple Pete is Shug D from the other week. He's also known as Sugar Dunkerton. Knowledge bomb there from C Wrestling. Shout out to you. John Elite says, I love Imperium's theme. I'm getting a Beethoven-esque feel. It is a classical piece of music. I don't know. Is it Dvorak? Dvorak, is it? I don't know. Imperium wrestling entrance music. I'm going with Dvorak. Symphony number 9. Yes! By Dvorak. There you go. It is an actual classical piece of music. Symphony number 9. I don't know what happened to the first 8. Days, I love Imperium's theme. Answered that I think the Revolt, EC3, and Rockstar Spud debuts at Double or Nothing. Man, are they really going to be letting Rockstar Spud go after all this? Yes, probably. Probably they will, knowing WWE. Right, okay, we are going straight over to Jurassic Express. Jurassic Express versus Best Friends. Boom. Pineapple Pete is the best name I've ever heard. Yes. Okay, so Jurassic Express versus Best Friends. I don't know. I know Jurassic Express got a lot of fans. I'm not massively into this, if I'm being honest. I could take... this is the kind of match that I feel like I could leave. Over on NXT, we've got the championships on the line. So this is Imperium taking on Riddle and Thatcher. So I think I'm going to turn... I do love Orange Cassidy, but I think I'm going to turn my attention to NXT right now. Kick out by Riddle, who manages to just kick out. Cassidy has got one of his masks on. One of his denim masks that you can get from AEW shop. Matt Riddle is down in the ring. Both of Imperium are in the ring together. Kick to the midsection. Pineapple Pete is the GOAT. Coaster Maniac says, I've just declared as Vice Mayor of Carneyland. Best friend theme is good, says Don15. Right, here we go. We've got Eichner in the ring with Riddle. Nice tag, but Bartel gets knocked down to the outside. Matt Riddle with a lovely knee to the face of Eichner, and he's trying to make the tag to Thatcher. I think Bartel was actually the legal man. Roll up. Riddle goes to the big kick, but no one there. Desperately trying to tag in Thatcher, but can't make it. Back elbow. He's trying to get over. He's centimeters. Ah! Couldn't do it. Desperately trying. Bartel grabbing hold of his trunks now. Riddle with a kick to the head. Down goes Bartel. Can he make this tag to Thatcher? And he's reaching over. He's almost there. Oh, still couldn't do it. Still couldn't do it. Oh, now Bartel gets thrown into Thatcher. Thatcher's down on the outside. There's I've not seen it before, but there is a big NXT logo just in the corner. I can't quite tell if it's a graphic or if it is actually big giant letters. I'd imagine it's like a graphic that's kind of in the corner, but it looks decent size. And it's just in the corner. Oh, Thatcher's walking away. Thatcher's walking away. Thatcher's abandoning Riddle. He says he's had enough of Matt Riddle. Oh, no. Thatcher's walked. He's gone. That means that Matt Riddle is in the ring on his own with Imperium. Are we about to get new tag champs? Riddle has got to defend these titles on his own. Riddle up. He's got Eichner up. Nice. Go to sleep. Go to sleep by Riddle. Knee strike as well to Bartel. Oh, can he do it? Oh, no. He's got caught. Planted down. Kick to the chest by Bartel. Eichner. Here we go. They're going for their finishing move. 1, 2, 3. New NXT Tag team champions. Imperium. Eichner and Bartel. Wow. Don't know, no. If you like this music, it's Dvorak Symphony No. 9. There we go. Eric says, I've tweeted the NWA about being guest relations. New champions. Eichner. Bartel. New champs. Imperium wins. I'm pleased about that. I don't think Matt Riddle should be in a tag team, to be honest. He got put in a tag team for the Dusty Cup. I don't think Pete Dunne needs to be in a tag team. I think this is a proper tag team. It's a proper threat. If the partner's going to walk away, then I think I would have been more upset if Riddle had found a way. You know, what does this mean for the power in NXT as well? Because surely that's got to be a concern for Undisputed Era. Because Imperium now have got the tag titles. Is there a power shift? Because, you know, Volta's still around. Oh, imagine Volta against Adam Cole. Imagine that. How will Pete Dunne react? He's going to be so angry. Bryce says, I've just declared myself as vice mayor. This is amazing. It's great that we're getting this power structure in place. It's very important. Jake Atlas is taking on Tony Nese. Isaiah Swerve's taking on Jack Gallagher. We've got Championship Chaos coming up next as well. We're going to look at this situation between Charlotte, Rhea Ripley, and Io Shirai. If you don't like Imperium, then you don't like true wrestling. Days Imperium's music is called the Allegro con Fuoco. Did you know that Vince McMahon has Luchasaurus's brother in his office? Yes, he's hoping to add the heads of Tony Khan, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Cody Rhodes on the wall as well. I think that's the gift that he wants next from Triple H. Apparently, Triple H bought him those dinosaur bones. That's where they came from. Triple H gifted them. Who buys someone dinosaur bones? In all fairness, what do you get the man that can have anything he wants anyway? Dinosaur bones. That's what you get them. Perhaps that dinosaur was an old friend of Vince's. Do you think they used to hang out together? And then, obviously, when the dinosaur passed away, he decided to keep his bones and put it up on the wall. I'd like to think that they were actually good friends, used to hang out with each other. LSW says, Days, what if this championship will confirm that NXT UK will merge with NXT? Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that because, of course, we have seen British Strong Style, Mustache Mountain, we've seen them win the titles before. So, we'll have to see. It could be that. We still don't know what this announcement's going to be. I think this is an advert for Cage Fighter movie, is it? There's some kind of advert on right now. Don't forget, Vince got a whole room dedicated to Pineapple Pete. John Elite says, Days, did Timothy Thatcher turn heel? I would think so. I mean, it could be a misunderstanding, but it would probably make more sense if he turned heel. You spelled friends wrong. Yes, I did. You're right. I before E, except after C. It's very important that we don't make those kinds of mistakes. Right, we are at commercial break for NXT right now. We're looking at a trailer for this. I think it's the Cage Fighter movie. I really don't know. Over on AEW. In fact, there's people in the chat saying, is this a movie? What is this? But now we're in London. What's going on? It's got Chuck Liddell, Gina Gershon, don't know who that is, Jon Moxley, Cage Fighter, Worlds Collide. Is that in the movies, or is that a Netflix or something? I don't know where that is. Well, we're back anyway. We're still underway with Jurassic Express taking on the Best Friends. People are saying that looks awful. That movie is going to be garbage. Yes, that looks bad. Wow. Charlotte Flair became the first ever multiple-time Raw, SmackDown, and NXT Women's Champion after defeating Rhea Ripley. Oh, that's interesting. Charlotte is the first to win the Raw title multiple times, the SmackDown title multiple times, and the NXT Championship multiple times. Timothy Thatcher says, he knocks him out, I tap him out. Matt Riddle says, bro, what was that about? Oh, there's pushing and shoving here. These two are fighting backstage. Bro. So Thatcher was saying, look, I'm not into flip-flops and game shows, which is the name of my new film. Tegan Knox on her way out. Joe Exotic is here. Yes. I hope that Triple H announces that NXT is going to face AEW in War Games. I hope he faces them in a basketball match like we saw on Raw. That'd be mega lols. Tegan Knox versus who? Who are you facing, Tegan? Jungle Boy is being attacked right now by MJF. Jungle Boy getting thrown back into the ring. Orange Cassidy has been knocked down. Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell? There we go. Coast Maniac says Triple H is going to announce that Steph is pregnant and has to step away and challenges Becky's baby versus Steph's baby at Mania 37. I'm not sure he would need Shawn Michaels to help him make that announcement. Okay, we've got Indy Hartwell. We're still underway here with Jurassic Express versus Best Friends. 24 minutes into the show, I would be saying that NXT has been a little better so far. Not by much, but look, new tag champs. New tag champs. Indy Hartwell going for a pin on Tegan Knox. Let's try and jump back into the chat. Days Cage Fighter is on Fight TV. Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that. If it's free, is it free? It's probably not free. Why would it be free? Then I'd be tempted to give it a watch. Right, Jon Moxley has arrived. I know he wants his belt back, but he's not willing to talk to anyone. We might want to get some security back here. I've never seen Jon Moxley like that. Right, looks like on AEW, we're going over to a women's match as well. Always surprises me how both of these shows are kind of very similar with the things that they're doing at the same time. Women's match. Ford versus Shida versus Baker versus Statlander. That's what we've got now. So it is a cheeky fatal four-way. Cheeky. Britt Baker is underrated. Days Indy Hartwell got her arm broken by Shayna on Raw. Oh, I didn't recognize her. I can't. I was looking at her and I was like, I don't know who that is. Okay, well, she seems to be better now. Thank you for that knowledge. Big strike by Tegan. Strikes across the chest. Hartwell throws Tegan into the corner. Goes after her, but Tegan moves out the way. Back elbow. Nice enziguri kick. So if you are just joining us, we've got brand new NXT Tag Team Champions, and it looks like Timothy Thatcher and Matt Riddle are on a collision course against each other. But Imperium are now NXT Tag Team Champs. Nice crossbody off the top by Tegan. And Shiniest Wizard wins it for Tegan Nox. Britt Baker making her way down. Do you think that Moxley will return to WWE? I think he will one day, maybe for the Hall of Fame. But I think he's going to do what Angle did, and I think he'll be gone for quite a while. So, Shiniest Wizard by Tegan Nox wins it for her. We're still waiting for everyone to come down to the ring. We got Hikaru Shida making her way down now. What is your reaction to new tag champs? I like it. Yeah, I like it. I like Imperium. I think they are worth investing in and getting behind. We're just seeing last week that match between Io and Charlotte. Charlotte getting disqualified. Of course, we've got this big announcement still to come as well. So, Fatal 4-Way on AEW. And again, I'm probably a little bit more into NXT right now because I want to know what's happening with the Women's Championship. We saw Rhea and Io fighting outside of Full Sail. Here's Rhea. She says WrestleMania didn't go as planned. And I haven't had much rest since. Look at that NXT sign. Yeah, is it a sign or is it a graphic? There is something in the arena which looks really cool. I can't tell if it's actual letters. If it's letters, that's awesome. Rhea says, Charlotte, I'm not finished with you. We've only just begun. That title you have around your waist belongs to me. Well, there we go. Rhea Ripley making herself very, very clear. This announcement had better be interesting. I agree, yeah. I agree. They've got me hyped for that. That's the one thing I'm really looking forward to. Brandy Smith says, I'm going to say goodnight and see you. Oh, I'll probably read it for you, Brandy. I don't know why I'm doing it. I've got people that do that now. Mr. Mayor Days, it is 3D letters, sir. Thank you, Coaster Maniacs. That's amazing. That looks awesome. I'd love it if Mattel was to make those in figure form. That would be great. I'm waiting for this to read out Brandy's message. If it doesn't, then I will do it in a second. DJ B Tazzy says it's
Brandy Smith is a legend. They donated $1 via Super Chat. Going to say goodnight and see you tomorrow. I am tired and not feeling well. Got in a fight with a footstool on Monday and the footstool won. Much love.
It's always a little bit pointless me waiting for it to read it out, because I've always got to read it out again because I never hear it. So, Brandy just said, I'm going to say goodnight and see you tomorrow. I'm tired and I'm not feeling well. I got into a fight with a footstool on Monday and the footstool won. You can't trust them footstools, Brandy. Honestly, you can't trust them. You've got to start smaller than that. You should pick a fight with an egg cup and work your way up to the footstool. So, shout out to you, Brandy Smith. Thank you for joining us anyway. I would urge that you just check out tomorrow what that announcement was. Hopefully it's going to be something interesting. But other than that, I don't know if you're going to miss that much, to be honest. It's all about the announcement, isn't it? So, good night, Brandy Smith. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate the support, my friend. Days Cage Fighter is $13.99, says James Chadwick. Well, it can stay $13.99 because there's no way I'm going to be paying that. I really want to see the Joker, and I won't pay $13.99 for that because I know it'll be on Netflix soon enough. I think the announcement is that Triple H is going to come back to the ring, says Luke Allen. MTS says, get well soon, Brandy. Dom15 says, night, Brandy. Eric Haberman says, night, Brandy, get well soon. I don't think people would care that much if I had a fight with a footstool. Bryce says, bye, Brandy. Eating and watching seals being murdered. Amazing. Well, it's good to have a hobby. Right, well, we've got NXT at commercial break. We've got AEW at commercial break at the moment. Subscribe and like the stream, says Vice Mayor Coaster. Oh, are we about to go back? Yes, we are. We're about to go back. Matt Riddle is talking to Regal. Mr. Regal gave me what I wanted. A match with Thatcher tonight. Oh, did Riddle just hit his head off one of those trunks? Thatcher with a TV, wallops it across the back of Riddle. Riddle is down in pain. Well, there we go. Apparently, it's meant to be Riddle versus Thatcher tonight. I'm surprised they're not waiting a week. Tony Nese is making his way out now. Carnveer, Sing J Lion, shout out to you, my friend. Triple H is going to announce that he and HBK both attacked Balor. Balor now has to find a tag partner, says C Wrestling. Oh, I'd love that. Monica King says, I'm the king of Carneyland. Wow, that makes perfect sense to me. So, again, make sure you follow them. Drop a comment on their post. I would love for there to be hundreds. I would love for the NWA to just have hundreds of different people declaring themselves as various roles in Carneyland. That honestly, if we could inconvenience them in any way, I think that would be a wonderful thing to do. Can Tyler Breeze face Adam Cole? Oh, I'd love that. I would love that, but I think there's going to have to be quite a bit of building up for us to get to that match. Right, we've got Jake Atlas, who looks like he's a game show host with his sparkly jacket. Jake Atlas. versus Tony Nese. Dr. Phil. Hello. Dr. Phil says, Days, I visit almost every stream, but you rarely notice me, even though I am an OG sub. Well, Dr. Phil, if you're an OG sub, then you don't need me to recognize that fact. We all, Dr. Phil, we know it. We know it. We just know it. So shout out to you, my friend. You have Phil, Doctor, Doco, Philly, Philo, Dr. Phil, Dr. Philip, Philip the Doctor, Phil the Doctor, Nurse Phil. You've been noticed. I declare myself the creative builder of Carneyland. Well, that's fine, but you got to tell them. Otherwise, someone else is going to claim the role, right? You can't just say, oh, I'm going to do that. You need to check. This is what I'm saying. You need to send it over so that people can see what's gone. Yeah? Right, this women's fatal four-way is underway. Britt Baker and Kris Statlander brawling in the middle. Hikaru. Oh, is that a Falcon's Arrow? Falcon's Arrow by Kris Statlander. We've got Tony Nese and Jake Atlas on NXT, which I don't know about you. I don't care. I don't care. Kris Statlander charging over to Hikaru Shida. Hikaru Shida getting out the way. Shida taking the legs away. Grabbing Penelope Ford. Looking to suplex her, and she does. She suplexes Penelope Ford into Statlander. Statlander is hurled across the ring. Nice. Oh, gets super kicked by Britt Baker. Baker thrown to the outside. Dom15 says, I've been here since late 2016, early 2017, the Toy Hunt days. What about you, everyone else? I've been here since early 2016. That's when I first joined the channel. We've got Penelope Ford in the ring with Hikaru Shida. Forearm strike by Ford. Ford going against the ropes. Shida going right after her. Oh, look at this. Kip Sabian popping up like an unwanted Pop-Tart. Holding onto Hikaru Shida. But Hikaru Shida managing to break free. Tries to get the pin on Penelope Ford. Picks up Penelope Ford. Plants her down with another Falcon Arrow. Oh, Statlander's in. Statlander's here. The aliens arrived. Right, she's got an electric chair on Penelope Ford. She's got Penelope Ford. Oh, bit messy. Reverse Rana was a little bit messy. Into the ring post goes Shida. Penelope Ford is on the shoulders of Shida. Where's Penelope Ford going? What they doing? What is Shida doing? Oh, right across the knee. Nasty backbreaker. Bryce Carter says, Days, you are sadly 1% better than Dr. Phil. I don't know what that means. Bryce Carter says, why is Tyler Breeze gone if he's not injured? Could it be something to do with the coronavirus? I don't know. We've got colour. We've got a bit of blood coming down the face of Jake Atlas. We got that mandible claw on the outside by Britt Baker on Statlander. Shida, I think, getting the victory. But Britt Baker is going after Statlander on the outside. Oh, there we go. That's quite weird. They've done the mandible claw. She was wearing gloves, but she did the mandible claw thing. Nyla Rose at ringside holding up the women's championship. There's Pineapple Pete. Pineapple Pete is here. Kanveer Singh J Lion, shout out to you, buddy. I messaged NWA. I'm the Prince of Carneyland. There we go. It was a job role that needed to be filled. And as long as you've sent that message over and you're the first to do it, then it's official. You are the Prince of Carneyland, Isaac Balor. Shout out to you. We're going to find out what Carneyland is on Tuesday for free on YouTube. I can't wait. Pineapple Pete is the No Way Jose of AEW, says Big Boy Jose. Aren't you the No Way Jose of AEW, Big Boy Jose? Chris Jericho versus Pineapple Pete coming up. We've been up for about 40-odd minutes. Both shows have been all right. I think NXT has got a slight edge for me just because of the title change. But AEW, I think the women's match was all right. Oh, loved that. There was like a cartwheel on the top rope. Was that a finishing move for Jake Atlas? Jake Atlas getting the win over Tony Nese. He did like a cartwheel on the top rope and then into a DDT. I'd love to see a replay of that. Here we go. So Tony Nese was up top. Jake Atlas kicked, took the legs away, and then here he is up top, and he, on the rope, does a cartwheel into a DDT. Wow. That's like KC Catanzaro stuff. That's very impressive. That's very impressive, and I can't stand him. I really don't like Jake Atlas. Mainly because of that promo he cut with Drake Maverick saying, you deserve to be here, and all this kind of stuff. It's like, shut up. Stupid Jake Atlas. This stupid face. But that was great. Well done to him. NWA is going to look at Twitter and say, what on earth? That's exactly what we want. That's exactly what we want. I want them to wonder what the hell is going on. As I said, I'd love for them to get hundreds of messages of people saying, I'm the official plumber of Carneyland. I'm the official gardener of Carneyland. We've got a little, right, AEW is at commercial break. We've got Adam Cole Bay talking to Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. Is Roderick Strong going to join in? Surely. Oh, there he is. Rod is here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right, we're looking at Undisputed Era zooming each other. I can't turn this up to see what they're saying. Adam Cole, Bay. That was a crazy match, says Eric the Gamer. Days DX are going to be the ones that make the announcement, yes. Adam Cole says, who is that guy? Who is this Dexter Lumis? He's a punk. I do like the fact that that Dexter Lumis has come in quite high up the card, you know? What are they doing? Roddy, they all agree that Roddy should be the one to take on Dexter Lumis. So they all said Roddy should be the one that should take on Dexter Lumis. Okay, I'm down for this. Totally down for this. Bryce Carter says, Days, you are beautiful, you sexy beast. Thank you. Richard Murphy says, I'm the janitor of Carneyland. Dylan says, I'm the official psychologist of Carneyland. Yes. Yes. Right, NXT has gone to commercial break, but over on AEW, we've got a little bit of action as Kenny Omegs makes his way out. So, looks like we're getting Hardy and Omegs. Omega versus Ortiz and Santana. Roddy versus Dexter. Poor Roddy. Don't forget, there needs to be a team of people in Carneyland whose job it is to investigate the mayor and make sure that he's doing his job right. I think you'll find that I operate to the highest of standards. Yeah, I've already said that there's going to be very regular bin collections. The only problem I've got is that there is no official bin men of Carneyland at the moment. So I do need to find some people willing to do that role. Let the NWA know if you'd like to be an official bin man of Carneyland, because at the moment I am struggling with one of my core promises. Matt Hardy is here, and he is woken broken. It's not been raining, otherwise he would be soaking. He's in the ring with Ortiz. And they've been working over Omega. We're around about 10 minutes away from the halfway point. The halfway scores. Shows have been all right. Everyone should flood Twitter of NWA because they listen to the fans. They do listen. They absolutely do listen. I actually dropped a message to Maureen, who is the woman that, like, she's kind of like the director of operations. She's really important. But she does all the shop stuff. And I said, look, can we get Carneyland citizenship certificates? Now, if you used to send that to anyone at WWE shop, you would get no response. But she actually sent me a message back going, certificates, you say? Little emoji of a thinking face. So, yeah, maybe we could get them. Carneyland citizenship certificate. It helps if you can say it. I'd like a little line where you can put your role, and then I can get one, and I can write mayor, and then it's official, isn't it? I can have it framed, and it's done. Lovely stuff. So, yes, they absolutely... I know this is NXT and AEW, but yeah, a lot of excitement following NWA. They are back. Backstreet's back. And Carneyland is on the way. And we've got no idea what it actually is. We don't know. It's a brand new show that starts next week. We haven't got a clue what it's about. Omega is dominating the action right now. Santana and Ortiz getting beaten up. In comes Hardy. They're putting Kenny in all of these tag matches. Where is the Hangman? I don't know, actually. We haven't seen a Hangman in a long time. I'll Google it. Let's see what people are saying. Hangman page. Oh, hello. We've got a little Killer Cross and Scarlet. Scarlet crying. She's got like a Freddy Krueger glove. Top AEW stars absent from Dynamite tapings due to COVID-19. The absence of Hangman Page and the Young Bucks was mentioned by commentary during the Street Fright. Jim Ross also noted that Hangman Page and the Young Bucks are still at home due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So that's why we've not seen them. We're just having a look at last week. Of course, Karrion Kross and Scarlett making their debut. I'm here to save you from your corrupted black hearts. They're all right. They're all right. I'm not crazy into them like a lot of people are, if I'm being honest. I'm way more into Dexter Lumis. I think they're a good-looking partnership, though. The end is near. TikTok. I'd love a watch where it's just Carrie and Cross going, TikTok, 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 TikTok. Like, really dramatic. Can you imagine that? You'd be like scared to look at the time. TikTok. NXT, if you're watching, feel free to make that watch. Here's Dakota Kai outside. Should be indoors. She says, mentally, I just wasn't tough enough. So she says, while she was off with her knee injury, she was adamant. When I made my return, it was only to be in the shadow of someone else. I knew at that moment it was time for a change. That was a great moment. That bit where she turns and goes right after Tegan. It's a brilliant moment, that. Right away, Mr. Mayor, as Vice Mayor, I do as you wish. Shout out to you, Coaster Maniacs. My career went to a whole new level when Raquel came into the picture. So they're just showing us Raquel Gonzalez. Wow. Look at Dakota's trousers. They're absolutely ripped and battered. Is that fashion these days, really? Raquel says, we both know what it's like to be outcasts. I think we've got another advertisement for this Cage Fighter film on AEW. Nice little promo. I'm into that. Isaiah Swerve is being interviewed right now. I would laugh if Loomis showed up in the Zoom call and just stared at the camera. Andreas, that would have been fun. That would have been fun. Steven says, Days, how good was Raw? I gave it a 9 out of 10. It was that good. Days, just imagine if Charlotte announced that she was pregnant on Friday as well. Swamp Manor says, I've made a shrine of you. Okay, that's weird. Definitely don't do that. Butter Spark says, even the lovely tough Chomper stands no chance against Cross. Isaiah Swerve says, if I can't get a win in this tournament, I'll quit wrestling altogether. Swerve's house. He's calling it Swerve's house. Is dinner with the Garganos? Dinner with the Garganos? Wow, we get to go around dinner with the Garganos again. Johnny and Candice serving us their wisdom. DX next! Next! The announcement is next! Calm down, everyone! Everyone, calm down! The announcement is next! Guys, can you chill out? Stop freaking out! The announcement is next! DX is here! What is the announcement? Guys, we just want to say, we love you. We love you. You're the best. You're the best fans. And AEW sucks. Bye. Maybe that's the announcement. Wow, there we go. Santana and Ortiz have got a Boston Crab and a Camel Clutch applied to Kenny Omega at the same time. It's great. Announcement next, yes. NWA responded. Did they? No way. Did they honestly respond, Isaac Balor? Did you get a response from the NWA? No way. That's awesome. That's awesome. Are you ready? Boom, boom. For the announcement. Break it down. Dun, 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 Boom, 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 boom. What's it gonna be? Oh, I'm so excited. Days, do you know if the AEW figures will be available in the UK? There is no news as far as I know. Best thing to do, drop a message to like Wrestle Shop. They'll be able to tell you. Wrestling Shop will be able to tell you if they're going to be stocking them all. Knox. They'll probably would have had to have placed the orders already. You can try asking Smiths, but honestly, I don't know if there's anyone there. There might be someone there from their social media team. But shops aren't going back until June time, and I don't think they do home. Do they do home delivery? Do you know what? I don't even know if they do home delivery. Do they do home delivery? I've never actually looked if Smiths do home delivery. If I was a toy, Smiths. Do you deliver? Do you deliver? Smiths. WWE. Let's say I wanted... Yes. Oh, the Slambulance is exclusive to Smiths. If I were a toy... They do home delivery. The Slambulance is going to be available at Smiths in July. So there we go, friends. It's coming. Slambulance. Press the Chaos button to send a spring-loaded stretcher shooting out of the Slambulance. So you can press a button and the stretcher fires out the back. I didn't know this. The WWE Slambulance brings iconic WWE brawls to life. Yeah, whatever. It's got 8 breakable pieces. Press the Chaos button and the stretcher shoots out the back. Crash in the rear doors as it goes. Strap your figures onto the stretcher. Amazing. Breakable pieces easily fit back together. You can crush the hood, uncover the engine, smash the roof, bumper, side panels, doors, light panel. Here we go. He says, I hope it goes better than the Triple H 25-year anniversary fiasco. What? Okay, so DX, are they talking about in your house? They're talking about Henry Godwin. In your house, yeah. Yeah. What are we doing? June 7th. NXT takeover. NXT takeover in your house. Oh, look at the graphic! Look at the graphic! It's an old school! Ah! Proper old school! In your house! Oh! I hope it has the old set. Could you imagine if it's got the old set? It's got to have the old set. It's got to have the old set. That is a brilliant announcement. In your house is coming back. That's like, you might as well. Oh, I don't even know what you could have said to me that would be better. In your house. I mean, we was only talking about that the other day and the set. And I hope they bring the set back. What else can they do? They can't give away a house. But that's what they did at the first one. Apparently it was a kid that won the house at the first one. He ended up selling it and making like loads of money. True story. So, wow. In your house returns. That is great. I wonder if there's going to be like legends there, you know? I think that's a very fun announcement. Not what I was expecting at all. So, in your house is coming. What could they do? Who could they get? I really want to watch In Your House now. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. I really like that. I think that's retro awesomeness. How amazing is that? I think it's really cool. Takeover in your house. If Triple H is in charge of that takeover and not Vince, it'll be amazing. Colin says, I called it, Days. It was a takeover announcement. Well done. I want a doorbell. When you press it, the Fiend says, let me in. Jerry Smith says, what have I missed? They've just announced takeover in your house. Days, as guest relations of Carneyland, I will make sure our hotels are only the highest standards for our guests. I would expect nothing less of you, Eric Haberman. In your house. Days, the announcement could be they're leaving Full Sail. Dude, they're coming in your house. I wonder what that means. 25th anniversary? Wow. I wonder what because he was talking about people can't leave their homes at the moment. So, and it's the 25th anniversary. I hope it's not going to have any kind of Zoom elements. I hope that it's not in your house that way. I want it to be like in your house from 95. I can't believe that. I know. Awesome. Imagine if we were watching In Your House tomorrow. Oh, I wish we was watching In Your House tomorrow. In Your House would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. That actually wasn't even an option. But we definitely should watch In Your House. We definitely should watch In Your House. Maybe we watch In Your House on Sunday. I mean, at the moment, my only plan for Sunday is to do... Saturday I've got UFC. But maybe we watch the first In Your House on Sunday. I'm down for that. Totally down for that. Makes perfect sense with this announcement. It's a show I'd love to watch again. So I'm totally down for doing that. I don't make exceptions often, but I'll make an exception now. Days, are you still the official cherub? No, I can't really have too many titles, so I'm giving that up. So if someone else wants to be the cherub of the NWA, it is now free. Right now, I'm the mayor of Carneyland. I'm quite happy with that. I think it was the role that I was, built for. I think it's only fitting we do In Your House for the Thursday before that weekend. We could do another one that week. How do you watch AEW live? I get so many people asking me this. It's on Fight TV, but if you go onto Fight TV, you do have to subscribe, but that's how you watch it live. It's on Fight TV. There's not a way of watching it live any other way apart from that paid option. Right, we've got Finn Balor, Cameron Grimes right now. Right, let's change this over. It's no longer Jake Atlas and Tony Nese. It is Finn Balor versus Cameron Grimes. We've still got Hardy and Omega taking on Ortiz and Santana over on AEW. Days, I hope we get an updated Elite Finn Balor. John Cena Gamer says, I'm now the cherub. Well, there we go. I've lost my cherubness. Right, we've got Omega and Hardy both giving out the delete signals. Over on NXT right now, we've got Finn Balor in action, taking on Cameron Grimes. Obviously, this coming about from last week. NXT. In your house. NXT TakeOver in your house is 4 weekends from this Sunday. Ooh. No, we haven't done halftime scores, and actually both shows now are going to commercial breaks, so feel free to get your halftime scores in. What would you be scoring both of the shows so far? I would like to know which show you think is doing the better. I think the announcement of NXT in your house probably does swing it for NXT for me so far this week. But yeah, get your scores in. Get your scores in. What do you think has been the better show so far? Days, is it Thatcher versus Riddle tonight? That's certainly a match that was made, but then, of course, Thatcher attacked Riddle, so we don't know if he's going to be able to compete or not. I would imagine not, and I would imagine that that's actually something they're going to tease and leave hanging for next week. So, yeah, I can see that being one for next week. Get your scores in, people. Get your scores in. NXT 6, AEW 7, NXT 8.5, AEW 7.5, NXT 9, AEW 7. Let me just move this over. As we said, we are at commercial break. Get your halftime scores in. Uh, 7.5 out of 10 says DJB Tazzy for NXT. 7.75 for Monica King for NXT, and a 7 for AEW. We've got another advert for this Cage Fighter film. Really promoting that hard tonight, which, you know, is understandable. I don't know if AEW are promoting it hard or if Fight are promoting it hard. I'm not too sure. We've got commercial breaks on both shows right now, as we said. So it seems like most people are probably in agreement that NXT is just edging it tonight. We are backstage with Darby Allin and Taz. See what Taz is saying. You lost to Cody in the finals of the TNT Championship tournament. All right, Taz is saying that Darby doesn't get it. He lost by a very basic move. That's very interesting. So Taz is willing to take... He's trying to take Darby Allin under his wing. There we go. That could be a lot of fun. We're back with Balor and Cameron Grimes. Joseph Fishman, shout out to you. Days, would you watch In Your House Beware of Dog? I'd be up for watching In Your Houses, whatever, yeah. I think this Sunday it might make sense to watch the first one. Days, we could watch In Your House Canadian Stampede. Oh, that is such a good show. We definitely should watch that. What we might do is maybe we put a poll up that's got like 4 In Your Houses in, and we choose which In Your House to watch. I think we definitely do the first one this weekend. You go back to where it first started, see the first one. But then as we get closer to this event, maybe we could watch one and we vote for which one it is that we watch. Hikaru Shida's being interviewed backstage. Nyla has interrupted. Nyla Rose is here. She's congratulating Hikaru Shida. I got you a present. Oh, a bop. That was silly. Right. MJF now. Time for MJF. Balor with a kick to the midsection on Cameron Grimes, and he's absolutely stomping away. He is just stomping away on the back of Cameron Grimes. Oh, nasty kick. Cameron Grimes goes down on the outside. That was hard, man. Damian Priest? Was Damian Priest the one? Was Damian Priest the one that attacked Balor? Sling blade to Cameron Grimes. Yeah, those letters do look awesome. Is it Damian Priest? Is Damian Priest the one that attacked him? Whoa, that was sick! Bang! An extendable nightstick. Walloped him. And Cameron Grimes beats. Cameron Grimes beats Finn Balor, but the bigger story here is how sick that was. MJF. I don't know who he's facing. I'm going to say Jobber. Let's go Small Steve. There you go. MJF taking on Small Steve right now. That was cool, man.
William Hensey is a legend. They donated $20 via Super Chat. It's official days. The Carneyland Sheriff. Smiley face.
Shout out to William Hensey. William Hensey says, it's official days. I'm the Carneyland Sheriff. Have you dropped it? You've dropped it in their message, have you? You've dropped them a follow and let them know. This will all go on the first people that drops that message. Oh, Balor gets planted onto a chair in the ring. Shout out to you, William Hensey. Awesome, says Robin813. It was cool, wasn't it? Grimes with the win. What's the main event tonight? I've got no idea, you know. Damian Priest putting that chair on the throat, across the throat of Finn Balor. He won't like that. I don't know lots about Finn Balor, but I'm pretty sure he is not going to appreciate that. There we go. It was Damian Priest. He's identified himself. There we go, Damian Priest. I'm a little bit disappointed with that, if I'm being honest. I think they need a bigger name. I don't think Damian Priest Finn Balor is the feud that's going to help NXT beat AEW. I did not expect that in your house thing at all. Bit of a letdown, to be honest. I agree. They built it up last week just for that. I agree. Days, would you watch SummerSlam 92? It's the best SummerSlam ever. SummerSlam 92 is not a brilliant SummerSlam, in my opinion. The main event's great, and obviously it's great if it's in the UK. If you actually watch it, there's a lot of the matches are a bit like... I would watch it, absolutely. I've seen it a fair few times. MJF, of course, is taking on Jungle Boy at Double or Nothing. Was Sting on AEW? No. MJF says he's feeling pretty stiff. Don't you think so, Lee? So it's going to be Marco Stunt against MJF. Oh, yeah, that ring. Yeah, he didn't actually say when. JR says, I think he's talking about next week. Pineapple Pete is coming, my friends. Let that excitement build. Pineapple Pete is on his way. All right, let's turn that down. I will be a horrible sheriff. My office hours are Monday through Sunday, 12 p.m. till 1 p.m. Well, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. It's good to have a very strong work-life balance, you know? So I don't think anyone expects you to be there all the time. So, no, I fully support that. I fully support that. So, big NXT news. There's a takeover coming in, I think someone said about 4 weeks' time. But it's not just any takeover. In Your House. In Your House is coming. Which I'm genuinely excited about because, again, you're going back to when I first started watching wrestling, which was around 93. 93 was the first full year I watched wrestling. I can't remember the first In Your House, if it was 94 or 95, but it's right around that time. So you're going right back to when I first started watching wrestling. So, yeah, absolutely brilliant news. Really genuinely excited for that. NXT In Your House. Triple H and Shawn Michaels announcing that news. Right, we are at commercial break. We are actually running out of time a little bit here. We've not got loads of time left. Just a Make-A-Wish advert over on WWE. Commercial break over on AEW. We are going back, though, to Jack Gallagher, who's making his way down. Again, another advert for this blooming film. Gentleman Jack Gallagher. Okay, let's change that over. What was 93? No, 95 was the first one. Thank you. I remember my mind being blown that they were giving away a house. I remember like just not being able to get my head around it. They're giving away a house, an actual house. I say, how do you spell his name? I say, here we go. A-I-A, like that. I say a swerve. Scott, and over on AEW, we got Pineapple Pete is here. I can see Pineapple Pete getting over. Versus Kris Jericho. Boom. Days, watch In Your House Canadian Stampede. It is regarded as one of the best. It is regarded as one of the best. Days, NXT TakeOver In Your House is 1 week before Backlash. I don't understand because NXT is usually the night before a WWE pay-per-view. Perhaps they just want to space them out. Perhaps there's no need to do it all into the one weekend. You know, what if space it out a little bit? Really promote it, let it stand on its own. Fine with that. Right, Isaiah Swerve taking on Jack Gallagher. Oh, nasty kick in the corner. Isaiah Swerve down. 1, 2. Foot on the rope. Foot on the rope. He just survives. Shout out to Bryce Carter. Wast. I don't even get that. Wast. I've gone with Wast. Pineapple Baby says Madupt. What do you think about In Your House? Love it. I loved it. I loved the staging. It's the set that jumps out to me. It sounds crazy, but it's the set that really made the difference. So yeah, do you know what? There might be some kids watching that have never seen the set for In Your House. I mean, look, I would say by today's standards, it's not that impressive, but actually, it is because you don't really get a set, do you? By today's standards, there's nothing different. In Your House entrance. Let's have a look. Oh no, WWF. Can I find a good picture of In Your House? Well, someone's recreated it in figure form, which looks quite good. Man, I can't find loads of great pictures, in all fairness, of the In Your House set. I can find loads of great images of figures. Isaiah Swerve pinning Jack Gallagher, but he gets his shoulder up. Oh, the internet is failing me. There's an In Your House PlayStation game. In Your House, there goes the neighborhood. Amazing. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll just show you. I'll show you this one that someone's made. It's a bit disappointing. I wanted a better picture than this, but where are we? I think, has Jericho beat Pineapple Pete already? Well done, Jericho. That'll come to the surprise of literally no one. Good work by Gallagher. Got a dragon sleeper on. Here's this picture I was talking about. So that's a picture that someone's come up with of what the entrance looked like, but just using a figure. So they came out of what would be like a garage, I think, with like plants either side. And then you've got the front door next to that. And then you've got like the window, but the window was like lots of TV screens. And so that was actually the screen. And there was like plants in front of it. So whoever's made this has done a decent job, actually. That is how it looked. And then you can just imagine like the crowd like around. So yeah, that's. I'm really hoping that we get that. That's got to be in storage, hasn't it? They've got to have it still somewhere. If not, it's not going to cost them much to make another one. So yeah, that's what excites me more. Damien says, I've never seen In Your House. I wasn't around for it. Well, I mean, look, there were some decent matches that were on it. It was just a B pay-per-view. It was one of the first B pay-per-views because you had Royal Rumble, you had WrestleMania, you had SummerSlam, you had Survivor Series. So you had all of these things. So, you know, needed to have B pay-per-views, so they didn't have Backlash and things like that back in the day. So what they did have was they had In Your House. Okay. Up next, we got Caden Carter taking on Aaliyah on NXT. A Stadium Stampede match has just been announced on AEW. It's going to be Inner Circle versus the Elite for a Stadium Stampede match. Vanguard has come with a shirt. Vanguard one has brought back Jericho's shirt. Is he going to wallop it? He's got a baseball bat in his hand. Is he about to batter Vanguard? We accept. Okay, Jericho is talking to Vanguard one right now. Sounds like an empty arena match. It does sound like an empty arena match. Daisy, are you watching the UFC today? In all fairness, we're going to miss the start. So I probably will end up watching it, but we won't end up doing the stream for it, unfortunately. But we are on Saturday. We will be back for Saturday. Floyd the Bat. Well, Vanguard, yeah, I mean, he has battered Vanguard. I mean, that was pretty obvious that was going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Well, there we go. Heartbreaking. Days, what have I missed on NXT? Takeover in Your House has been announced. Days, how are you watching AEW and NXT? AEW is on Dynamite. It's on Dynamite. It's on Fight TV. NXT is on BT Sports. Live murder, says Wrestle Factor. LeBron fan says R.I.P. Vanguard. I would imagine that's not Vanguard, is it? Although Matt Hardy's come out devastated. We shouldn't have been so stupid, should you? You could see from a mile away that he had a baseball bat. At what point did you think he was not going to do that? Goodbye, Vanguard 2. Yes, maybe it was Vanguard 2. Live Sunday, June 7th, in your house. I can't even believe I'm saying these words. In your house. Right, Caden Carter making her way down. Caden Carter. Right, Caden Carter versus Aaliyah. I think you spell it like that. Hardy got emotional-ish. Down since emotional-ish. Down since emotional-ish. Canadian spelled Canada, Canada. Daisy, are you ready for SmackDown? Looking forward to SmackDown. Yes, I'm looking forward to SmackDown. June 4th, in your house, I believe. Days, in your house, PS1, arcade style. Vader, Taker, HBK, Brett, Owen, Triple H, and Warrior. Think they'll have white-coloured house entry. Oh, God, I hope so. Think they will have Sonny all washed up and Todd Pettingale. Oh, could you imagine if they did get Todd Pettingale? Oh, they should, shouldn't they? They should get Todd Pettingale. God, great shout. Derek, shout out to you, yes. I think it was Todd Pettingale that was the one that announced who had won the house. So, yes, they should. That's a great shout. Well done, Derek. Yes. Days, can we stop doing Total Divas after this week? It's not fair to do the same show 2 weeks, to be honest. Well, you say that, but we did ECW 2 weeks in a row because it was voted for. And that's what happened with Total Divas. When the vast majority of people are saying Total Divas, there's not really a decision I can make. That what I've said is that if you don't want to watch Total Divas, then I would strongly recommend that you unite behind a wrestling show, because it was real close between SummerSlam and Total Divas. There was like 2-3% in it. It just needed some more votes. SummerSlam just needed a little bit more support and it would have won. So there is a way that Total Divas could be beaten. But the poll is the poll. Quick kicks coming in by Aaliyah on Caden Carter. We've got another cage fighter commercial. This has got to be something to do with fight. I can't imagine that you lot are having to watch this as well. I think whenever it goes to commercial break, they put on a cage fighter advert. And you guys probably have different adverts in America. Right, Aaliyah. Forearm strikes on Caden Carter. These two are quite low down on the totem pole. Double or nothing. No disqualification. No count out. Nyla Rose defends the AEW Women's Championship against Hikaru Shida. Coming up next, it is going to be Matt Riddle against Timothy Thatcher as well. That match apparently is still coming. Bryce Carter says, can we see a hair reveal? Dude, we've done that so many times. It's not a thing. Robert Stone is making his way down. Now, I could see him being interested in taking Aaliyah if she does all right here. Single leg drop kick by Aaliyah. Robert Stone, watch him. Yeah, he says, are you watching this? She turns around. She's going to go up top for a moonsault, but gets caught. Gets caught by Caden Carter. Big chops. There we go. Aaliyah throws Caden against the ropes. Oh, quick kick. Down goes Aaliyah. 2, but she kicks out. I don't think he's going to be too impressed with what he's seeing so far. He might sign up Caden Carter at the moment. Oh, what? No way! Did you see how she got into that? Wow! Caden Carter, that was sick. That was sick. That's one of the most impressive things I've seen this year. What Caden Carter just did there was absolutely stunning. That was brilliant. What was that submission hold? Aaliyah is pleading with Robert Stone and he's like, nah, see you later, love. Yeah. What was that submission? Did you see how she got into that? That was incredible. Days in Your House, June 7th. Do you like freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy? Yes. Kris says, awesome move. It was brilliant. DJ B Tazzy says, impressive. I don't know what that is. I'm quite happy to sit here and say I don't know. I've never seen that done before. I can't recall anyone doing that before. The way that she launched into it was so impressive. It sort of melted my brain. I definitely need to see that again. Days, imagine if MVP recruits NXT divas. Days, do you know... Days, guys, do you know the title to Nakamura's current theme? No. No, it'll be on YouTube. You can easily find it. That was so good. My mind is still blown, man. My mind is absolutely blown after that. Right, we've got just over 20 minutes to go. We've got Christopher Daniels. He is going to be taking on... Was it Brodie Lee? I've decided it is. I've decided that's the match. Might not be the match they've booked, but it's the match that I've made. Days, what happened between Thatcher and Riddle? They fell out. It was a whole thing. A whole thing. Mike Tyson next week. Tyson versus Holyfield 3 this year. Is that true? Has that been announced? Has that been announced? I'm gonna let's jump on Google. Let's see. Mike Tyson. Evander Holyfield urges Mike Tyson to take a great trilogy fight. Okay. So it looks like a real prospect. Evander Holyfield demands a bizarre no knockouts rule. What? What? I've not seen this. This was from earlier today. Evander Holyfield demands a bizarre no knockouts rule for a potential Mike Tyson comeback fight. Evander Holyfield has warned Mike Tyson that he is in phenomenal shape, though he'll only agree to a fight if knockout punches are banned. Oh, well, yeah, that'll be brilliant. That'll get people tuning in, won't it? People will be clamoring to see that. Brilliant. Okay, NXT is just coming back. Dinner at the Garganos. That's what we've got right now. Garganos. He talks about beating up a 7'8" Dominic Dijakovic. You married that guy? I actually think this might be the funniest thing they've done on NXT in a long time. Stud. He's talking about Keith. So has Johnny Gargano got Keith Lee in his sights? Dijakovic learned a valuable lesson. If you speak my name, there will be consequences. Mia Yim was rewarded with a fight against Charlotte. They're talking about Casey Catanzaro, and Johnny says she's a ninja. And Candice says she's not a ninja. He went, well, she's a warrior. And she went, she's not a warrior. Is she American? She is American. Because she was on American Ninja Warrior. So I think Candice is talking to Mia Yim at the moment. So it looks like Candice might be on a collision with Mia Yim, and it might be that Johnny is on a collision with Keith. Did you see Mike Tyson on AEW? What, the other week? Mike Tyson's on AEW next week. Oh, very cool. That's a big announcement. I'm not sure about this promo that's I'm not sure of the way it keeps going from colour to black and white. Brodie Lee is in the ring now. We got just around about 15 minutes to go. Everyone loves you until they don't. The Johnny you're looking for doesn't exist. I don't know. There's something about this promo. I mean, it's funny. It's got some funny elements, but I don't like the bit where it's like and that weird noise. Don't need that. Lee versus Gargano would be incredible. I never saw Mia Yim on TNA. This ripple effect is making me dizzy. Yeah, I'm not. I think it's good promo, and I like what's being said, but I just don't like. Yeah, I don't like the ripple and the black and white and all of that, and that stupid. I think we should show them what authority really looks like. Okay, well, there we go. Dinner with the Garganos. Next week, Drake Maverick takes on Kushida. Phantasma takes on Akira Tozawa. So we've got that next week. I love that the cup is the centerpiece. Yeah, that is cool. Coaster Maniac says there's Arn Anderson face-to-face with Jake next week. There's a few other announcements that were made. Feel free to let me know what they were. Days, it's not supposed to be funny. I think it is. I think when he's talking about is she a ninja, is she a warrior, is she American? Talking about how getting Dijakovic's name wrong and things like that. So I think there's definitely elements in there that's meant to be humorous. Yeah, the black and white bit I'm not too keen on. But it's just establishing them as heels, isn't it? Matt Riddle is making his way down, so he might not be 100%, but it's going to happen tonight. How long we got? We got 14 minutes. Thatcher versus Riddle. Wasn't expecting this match tonight, but here we are. Thatcher versus Riddle. Right, we're underway. I don't know. Are these two going to go at it for 15 odd minutes? We got Brodie Lee taking on Christopher Daniels. Mike Tyson will give the TNT Championship to the winner at Double or Nothing, says J14. Colt Cabana has got an ICP jersey on. Days, you're in invisible mode again on YouTube. It's nothing. Well, what can you do? What can you do? I've got no idea why. It seems to be a problem, and I don't know why. But if it's going to happen, then, you know, at least it's not happening all the time. Kick to the ribs of Thatcher. Single leg takedown. Candice LeRae is a good Canadian girl. Kicks. Coming in by Riddle. Riddle and Thatcher. Nice takedown by Riddle. Why does Brodie have Mox's title? I think he just ran off with it. Lol. Against the ropes goes Daniels. And Brodie Lee is getting into the face of the other members of SCU. Alexander Wolf didn't win any title yet for Imperium, yes. He's very much the Roderick Strong, isn't he, of that group? So he probably should be going after the North American title. I think NXT needs a crowd more than the main shows. Well, look, if AEW have got Mike Tyson next week, NXT is going to need a lot more than a crowd. Mike Tyson made a massive impact at WrestleMania during the Attitude Era, and I know that this is a very different Mike Tyson, but he's very much in the news right now. There's a lot of buzz around Mike Tyson, and that is going to definitely give AEW a boost next week. And look, this is NXT's own fault. They had an opportunity here with who attacked Finn Balor. We said and felt they needed to go big, and they've invested in Damian Priest. Now, great that they're investing in young talent, new stars, all stuff like that, but look what they're up against. You know, Mike Tyson's been added to the mix now, so they really have got a problem. I don't know at what point they're going to wake up and do something. They just don't seem to be that bothered. Good technical wrestling. Imtiaz says, Days, correct me if I'm wrong, but why does Matt Riddle's outfit make him look like a porn star? Do many porn stars wear outfits? Thatcher versus Riddle is going to be such a good wrestling match. Oh, yeah, it will. They've got about 10 minutes, so I suppose they've got a bit of time. Days should start lifting. Yes. I probably should, in all fairness. Pete Dunne should choose someone else to be Riddle's good tag partner. Thatcher to join Imperium. I wouldn't do that. How did AEW get Mike Tyson? They probably asked very nicely and gave him a lot of money. How much was Mike Tyson paid? A bag of jelly beans. I don't know. Both shows are at commercial break. Both shows have got 10 minutes left. That's all. 10 minutes left. Days lifts, brah. He lifts our spirits. Ah. I gotta say, and I've said it many times, I do find I think out of all the streams we do, Wednesday is my least favourite. This is my least favourite because trying to watch the two shows is difficult enough. So you're always going to miss something. But it's not an easy watch. Do you know what I mean? Like with NXT, it's like quite intricate wrestling, which I enjoy. But there's not like bags of humour. There's no humour when it comes to NXT. And when it comes to like AEW, that's a little bit more light-hearted. But it is like watching drones getting beaten up, you know? So I do find Wednesdays quite tricky. I mean, you know, it's fun to watch both shows, and I do think that there's some very good wrestling. But I don't think it's my favourite stream to do. I definitely prefer the Raw, the NWA, SmackDown streams. But we have seen some interesting stuff. Of course, we've had the big announcement about In Your House. We've got new NXT tag champs. Apparently, we've got Mike Tyson next week. We've got Brodie Lee in action right now. We got Matt Riddle in action right now. So it's a bit of a shame. I really would have loved for the announcement. I'm pleased with In Your House, don't get me wrong. But I would have loved the announcement to have been that NXT is moving to Tuesdays. That was rumoured, and that would have been great. It just would have let things breathe a little bit more. Super kick by Brodie Lee, and Daniels goes down. Just a 2 count. NXT's main event does not suit me, says Cooper Anderson. Well, I've got to say, I think this is a weird main event for AEW, but I suppose they are trying to build up Brodie Lee. I suppose they're trying to build him up as a main eventer because he is going to be going for the title. So I suppose they've got to have him at the top of the card. Nice DDT by Christopher Daniels. And Riddle and Thatcher brawling away. Will they strip Volta of the UK title? No, because NXT UK is just completely stopped. So it's not as if he's missing any shows. There's no shows that he's missing. There's Gargano versus Lee for the North American title. Sounds good. Does sound good. Yes, does sound good. Favorite Fiend moment? Oh, big knee strike by Riddle. He's trying to... Thatcher stomping onto the foot of Riddle. Nice. European uppercut. Knee to the back of Riddle as well. Matt Riddle with an MMA background, and Thatcher very much with a catch-as-catch-can background. So it does make for a very intriguing match. The Creepers are trying to get involved here. They're trying to help out Brodie Lee. The referee is losing control of this one on AEW. We got SCU trying to keep the Creepers to the outside. Brodie up on his feet. Armbar by Riddle. Here we go. Picks him up. No. Kick to the midsection. Double underhook. Oh! Plants Brodie Lee. Gotta say, I really do want to watch that Caden Carter moment again. That was an incredible moment where she won the match against Aaliyah. AEW are doing great. They will do better if they don't take shots at WWE and focus on their business. Andy Jenkins says, I remember Riddle on The Ultimate Fighter. Carmen Live 2 says, Days, what is it? What is the time and date in your location? It is 5 to 3 in the morning, and it is the 14th. 1, 2, reversed. Thatcher going for the arm. He's trying to get the arm of Matt Riddle. I really hate it for Sammy that they said the pandemic won't affect your position or push if you stay home. Just shows they're not creative enough to do TV without a belt. Yeah, I mean, sit down powerbomb. I haven't got a problem with them awarding an interim champion IC, but yeah, I'm not sure he should be stripped. Days, I miss SmackDown on Tuesdays. Riddle sucks, says Delanio. Creed asks favourite Fiend moment. Don't know. I like the Fiend. I think he's really cool. But I probably prefer Funhouse Bray more. So maybe when we first saw The Fiend, might still be my favourite Fiend moment. He is going for an ankle lock. And Riddle is in a lot of pain here, and he's trying to roll over. Nice Inzaguri kick, and Riddle goes down. A bro to sleep. A bro to sleep on Thatcher. Brodie Lee is victorious, and the Creepers have brought out the AEW Championship. I should imagine that will bring out Jon Moxley, who was absolutely livid and wanted that belt back. Here is Moxley. Armbar by Thatcher on Riddle. Moxley is jumping over the railings. Looks like there is a few people in the stands watching this. Not many, just around about 40 or so, 30. Moxley in the ring, clotheslines one of the Creepers. Can't quite call who's going to win this between Riddle and Thatcher. It is really good wrestling in this main event. Really good wrestling. Brodie Lee has left. Creeper down in the ring. So Moxley's just taking it out of one of these Creepers. Wyatt Thatcher going on one-on-one. Jordan Thatcher walked away. Riddle got Thatcher. He didn't really beat him. He just managed to, like, literally get his shoulders down for 3, and that was it. Very technical match. Moxley's cutting a promo. So Moxley's talking to Brodie Lee directly. Thatcher's in and he just wallops Riddle from behind. Moxley says, "You're going to pay for this," because, of course, Brodie has got his belt. I want Lance Archer to join NXT and fight for the NXT title. He says, May 23rd, you're going to find out. That's not far away, is it? That's not far away at all. So Double or Nothing is very much sneaking up on us. Your AEW career is over before it started. NXT has finished with Thatcher. Got a big smile on his face. And Moxley jumps outside and attacks one of the Creepers. Well, there we go. I'll be getting your thoughts in a second. Have a think about what you would score both shows. A very frustrated Moxley. Just wrecking the ringside area, and that is it for AEW. I've got to say, I think both shows were a bit... I can't say I was really massively feeling both shows, if I'm being honest. I think both shows had moments. I think the takeover announcement is the big takeaway. I've got to be leaning towards NXT because of the announcement, because there's new champions. I think my favorite moment of the night outside of that takeover was that great move by Caden Carter. That blew my mind. And Jake Atlas as well, actually, doing that kind of cartwheel on the top rope, but into a DDT. That was great. So I kind of feel like NXT was the better show for me, but it was far from perfect. It had some dull moments and bits that I wasn't really into, and I wasn't really feeling the Tegan Knox match. Main event was okay. Get your scores in. I'm really interested. I'm feeling like this is around average. Not bad shows, but around average. John Elite says DX making an announcement, but Mad Upped feels that AEW was better. Says AEW 7, NXT 5. Andy says, did Regal make the announcement? It was actually Triple H that made the announcement. Triple H and Shawn. They had help from Road Dogg as well. And the announcement is that In Your House is coming back. In Your House, NXT TakeOver In Your House, which I am genuinely very excited for. I feel like the community kind of feels the same. I feel like the community is around about like the 6, 5, 7 mark. It seems like a lot of people, had a lot of that. AEW had a lot of announcements. They held my attention better than NXT. I only really paid attention to Cross's promo. So AEW 7, NXT 5. J14 says 6.75 for both. Ahsoka says 7. Jedam, shout out to you. Sandman loving NXT says 9.75. Wrestling Days fan with a 7.5. Eric Haberman says AEW was slightly better, 7.5. NXT 6.5. Mr. Robot says AEW 1 for not adhering to social distancing guidelines. Kyle says NXT 6, AEW 5. Jay Montenegro says NXT 8.5, AEW 7.5. WrestleFactor says very underwhelming moments on both. I'd lean towards NXT. I can't believe this, but Raw was better than both. NXT 6, AEW 5.5. Do you know what? I think Raw was better than both. I think you're right. I mean, it's kind of crazy to say because I love wrestling. And I feel like NXT gave us loads of that. So I think if I was to be sat at home, not doing a stream, and literally just watch, I think I would enjoy NXT a bit more. I'd probably enjoy AEW a little bit more because I could just pay them attention. The problem I have is I have to split that attention. And Raw is just very simple to follow. It's a very easy watch. NXT definitely demands your attention. And so does AEW, in fairness. So, yeah, I do feel like I had more fun with Raw. I agree. Mike Tyson is better than NXT. AEW had a very good night tonight. AEW to 8.2, NXT 5. Come on, Days. AEW was way better, and deep down in your heart, you know it. Hey, I'm just calling what I've seen. I'm literally just calling what I've seen. I thought the women's match was decent on AEW. I don't know. There was bits of NXT I didn't like. There was bits of AEW I didn't like. But I have to think about what was the standout moments. What are the bits that are really I'm taking away? I like that announcement. But then equally, you've got the Mike Tyson announcement. That's huge. I liked some of the wrestling on NXT and some nice moments on AEW. Oh, I'm gonna go. This is hard. I feel like this is hard. I'm gonna go with my gut. My gut is 6.75 for NXT. I don't think it was anything great shakes. There's nothing really there. If anything, I was a bit disappointed in that reveal that it's Damian Priest that attacked Finn Balor. I don't think that's exciting at all. Was there a half a mark difference between the two? Just got to go with my gut. That's my gut. My gut is not much difference, but I really am excited about the In Your House thing. Really excited about that. That speaks to me very much. So yeah, just a couple of average shows, I think. John says NXT 8, AEW 7. See Wrestling says NXT 7, AEW 5.9. LeBron fan crying face emoji. LeBron fan 23 says NXT 7.75, AEW 7.25. Devon says AEW 5, NXT 7.5. Tyler rates them both a 6. I mean, what's great is we do have a nice mixed bag, you know? It's not as if we're all sat here like saying, definitely AEW smashed it or definitely NXT smashed it. There's a few people that think AEW was the better. There's a few people that think NXT was the better. I certainly think it was quite close, and I think that's reflected in the scores. So, yeah. Hey, look, it is what it is. At least we got to enjoy some wrestling. So, Days, will you be streaming UFC? I'm actually not going to bother because I really do want to watch the whole show. So, I'm probably going to catch the whole show later. I mean, we've already... I think it's on for a couple of hours, and we've already missed an hour and 10 minutes of it. So I'm going to cut my losses on NXT tonight, but we are watching it on Saturday. We are back on Saturday, so that should be good. Certainly looking forward to that on Saturday. So we've got, what have we got coming up? Total Divas tomorrow. SmackDown on Friday with obviously the Intercontinental Championship Tournament. UFC on Saturday. I think we're going to do In Your House, the first one on Sunday. So we're going to do a watch along for In Your House. I don't know the time yet because I'm going to do a stream on the Wrestling Escape Pod channel as well. So we've got those streams coming up. We've got Raw next week as well. We've got Carneyland on Tuesday. We're getting ever closer towards Double or Nothing as well. So there's a few things coming up. There's definitely a few things coming up. So, yeah, very excited for all of that is to come. Let's jump back into the chat. Main card just started. I think it started an hour ago. Didn't it? Did it start an hour? I think it started an hour ago. NXT In Your House will be amazing. Days, I missed both shows. Do you say I should go back and watch them? Yeah, I think they were worth a watch. I think there was some good stuff on both shows, yes. The main UFC card just started. Did it just start? It said it started at 2. There's already been 2 matches. Right. That's 2 out of 5. So that means that we're starting on the 3rd. In all fairness, if we're going to do the watch along, I always try to think about people that are like, can't watch it live and always jump on after. I don't really like doing half of a show. Like, what really bugs me is we did watch alongs for WrestleMania 30 and WrestleMania 32 because they were on ESPN, was it? And I was really excited, and we had loads of people joining us. And then they skipped loads of matches, and they like changed the order around. I think they changed the order around, and so it's not the complete show. So I was gutted. Because I don't know when we're going to go, but I don't know if we'll ever go back and watch those shows. That really was watch along for WrestleMania 30 and WrestleMania 32, and it really bugs me that ESPN dropped some of the matches. It's the same with this as well. Like, I do want to watch the whole event, and I always think about those people that, you know, in the UK are going to wake up tomorrow and want to watch the UFC. If they jump onto the watch along, and I've already skipped the prelims and I've skipped a couple of matches from the main card, I kind of feel a bit. It's not really a proper watch along, is it? So I'm going to cut my losses on tonight, and we'll definitely do Saturday. Looking forward to Saturday. It should be a good card. I mean, obviously nothing compared to what we had last Saturday. That was huge. But, yeah, looking forward to Saturday. How about we stay here and we do an invisible stream on the UFC? We maybe could, because I'm not planning on doing a watch along on it. Let me have I've got to get the controls to change the channel because it's on the wrong channel. Let me have a look. Ow. I don't even know what channel it's on. I just had a really fun moment. I just went upstairs to grab the controls, and I just opened up the door to go upstairs. I opened up the door, and staring right there was my dog, Kia. She was just staring at me, like she's just awake upstairs. Like she obviously should be asleep right now, but clearly she's woken up. And as soon as she heard me going up the stairs and opening the door, she must have like come over. So as soon as I open the door to go and get the controls, I'm greeted by the dog staring. And there's just this brief moment where I'm staring at her and she's staring at me. And it's just like, hello. But yeah, I did not expect that. I completely forgot that she was up there, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, I opened up the door and it was like, hello. Right, well, look, if we do this as a little secret thing, I'm happy to stick around and do this because I want to watch these anyway. So we've got Ricky Simon. This is bantamweight against Ray Borg. Ricky Simon has got a 6-inch reach advantage. Oh, poor girl. Right. Yes, it was a little bit strange. There was just like a stare down. Ray Borg coming into this as the slight underdog, plus 135. I wonder if the UFC has fixed, because I always love when I'm watching the fights getting the information on like significant strikes and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, we did not have that available the other day. Ricky Simon is slight favorite on this. I don't think either of these guys are in the rankings. Right, let's go. I'm going to have to try and do something to change the stream. Otherwise, people are going to jump in and wonder what's going on. So there we go. I think we're done with our conversation on NXT and AEW. Not bad. You know, it's all right. Something to watch in it. Something to do. Keeps us out of trouble. Right, this is the first round. We are underway. Round number 1. Simon and Borg in the bantamweight division. Where is my little UFC graphic gone? That's interesting. That's interesting / annoying. I don't know where that little graphic has gone. This clearly is not NXT that we're watching right now. This is Simon versus Borg. Let me change that over. In fact, I don't even know why I'm bothering because the thumbnail to this says that it's NXT. So no one's going to be jumping on this expecting to watch UFC. So I don't even know why I'm bothering to change all the graphics. I'm only doing it because I quite fancy watching this show anyway. Lovely right hands. Lovely uppercut coming in by Borg. And a nice takedown. Beautiful. Great takedown by Simon. Simon on top of Borg at the moment and firing shots into the midsection. This actually is our co-main event tonight. Is this our co-main event tonight? Main card. Right. Oh, no. No, it is not. We've still got... Wow, what? There were 6 fights on the main card for this. Okay, so this is fight number... There's 4 fights. That's cool. I thought this was the co-main event then, but it isn't. It's Ben Rothwell, OSP. We've got that coming up as well. Hey, some good fights on this. Do it now. Lots of people will be bored if you don't do it now. Days, what do you think will be on the takeover card? I don't know, buddy. Honestly, I'm not sure. It's hard to say. I mean, it's in a few weeks' time. I would guess at Keith Lee against Johnny Gargano for the North American title. Outside of that, I'm not sure. Mia Yim and Candice, but I'd imagine Charlotte will be on there. Just imagine Mia Yim and Candice will probably just happen on NXT. I'm not going to worry too much about the countdown clocks and all that kind of stuff because this is completely unplanned. But as you said, Borg versus Simon. Nice kick coming in by Borg, working on that front leg. Lovely combo shot going high and low there by Simon, who's a really crisp striker. Nice combo coming in by Borg with some very handy rights and lefts. Did absolutely explode with the combo. Need to find a graphic. Right, 1 minute 35 left on the clock. UFC. There's not much between these two at the moment. I would say that the takedown, for me, is probably the biggest moment of this round. So I think that's separating them. Looking for a takedown, Simon. We are live. What I want is information on what is happening. A great little card for Wednesday night. Yeah, it is a good card. I mean, obviously all the fights got cancelled, didn't they? So Smith Tajira. Let's click on that. There's the fights. Let's click on. Oh, yes. I think it's working now. This is amazing. Yes. This was not working the other day, but they fixed it, which is awesome. So, yeah, right now I can actually see that Ricky Simon has got 36 total strikes. Ray Borg, 6. 20 significant strikes, and they've counted Ricky Simon as having 4 takedowns, just getting a couple here, and they've scored him all of those. So, yeah, Ricky getting those takedowns, so I'd say that's leaning towards Simon after them. Great. I missed that the other day when we did the... big one. It has been working. Brilliant. How about watching Teen Mom 2? I'm all right, you know. I'm all right. I might pass on that. Because I really am like transforming the stream in front of your eyes. Let's have a look at the background. Let's go. Oh, I don't want that. Oh, I didn't want that. I want that. Right, looks like we're going into the second round. Wow, that's big. That's big. Look at this white background now. Yeah, baby! So, Simon versus Borg. Should we let's get some round information on the screen, shall we? Let's drop this down here. Let's change it to what round we're on. We're on round 2. Boom. Can we get, where's the countdown clock disappeared to? That's my problem now. All right, let's delete this off. I'm not done yet. Okay, we are in the second round, and Simon slamming down Borg, getting another one there. So 42 strikes to 9 is what he's got right now. 5 takedowns now. So Ricky Simon really, really pulling ahead. 5 out of 6 attempts, so he's got 83% success rate. Borg is back up to his feet. Oh, hello, where have I gone? Have I disappeared? Where have I disappeared to? Oh, what is this? What is going on? How have I disappeared now? Right, let's bring me back. Let's bring... Oh, what is going on? Look, carnage. There's absolute carnage on the stream now. Look, I'm all over the place. I'm jumping all over the screen. And they've gone again? What is this malarkey all about? Oh, that's huge! Okay, let's go with that. That's better. That's better. Boop. Let's go there. Insider's alive. Oh, my... Don't tell me this. Not after all this work I've been doing. After all this work. All this work that I've been doing. Oh, my God. I can't believe it. Look, all my secrets are being given away as well. The stream is absolute carnage. What are the insiders live with? Oh my! I can't believe this. Oh, well, at least let me hide the fact that I use a green screen. I don't want anyone knowing that. I need everyone to think that I'm actually at these events. Hang on, there we go. That's better. Oh, but you can see the WrestleMania thing over here. Oh, it's all gone wrong, guys. Are the insiders really live? Because this is the last thing I need right now. Let me have a look. Insiders, if they're live. Yeah, they are live. Daisy, you made my day when you disappeared. Oh, brilliant. Thanks, Imtiaz. Really appreciate it. Robin says it's absolute. It's all broken. I went through so much where I got the background sorted. I got the little thing at the bottom changed. And now I gotta go. I gotta go. I can't walk over the insiders. I can't. Sorry. I can't walk all over the insiders. I'm gonna have to go upstairs and have a face-to-face with the dog again. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Right, this is what, pull out a big shot from somewhere. If you want to be watching some UFC with us, we are going to be back this Saturday. So, and I mean, I've completely messed up this camera. It's just an absolute nightmare. That's the end of that round. Boo! Sorry, guys. I didn't know that the insiders were live. It's not really fair to walk all over them. They're always asking me when I'm live and what's happening and everything, so that they can definitely make sure that they debut their videos at a time where I'm not live. So it's really not cool for me to disappear. It's not cool for me to disappear. That's not what it's not cool for. 65. Top, let's take down 20 or so. I'm trying to fix this camera situation that I've got myself into. There we go. That's all right. That's all right. We back, baby. We be back. We be rolling. Okay. We are... Shout out to you, Robin. Shout out to Hammond, Indiana, as always. I don't think I've ever shouted a place out as much as Hammond, Indiana. There we go. I kind of fixed that. I still haven't got a little... I wanted a countdown clock, but I mean, there's really no point even trying now. Right, wow, this turned into carnage. Right, here we go. We got 4 minutes 40 on the clock, my friends, which is quite good because, do you know what I mean? We normally end around about 1/4 past, 1/2 past. So we have just snuck into the insiders a little bit, but I'm sure they'll understand. I didn't know they were live. In fairness, they probably told me, but I can't even keep track of the streams I'm doing, let alone theirs. Right, where are we with this? 69 total strikes, 46 significant strikes. Ray Borg has had 20. He's still well in there, though, because he had a lovely hook, left hook to the body, left jab to the head as well by Ray Borg. We've got just under 4 minutes. He's charging forward with a few lefts and rights. And, nice left hand. So he's clocking up a few more strikes here, Ray Borg, but he is so far behind. He absolutely needs a stoppage. He needs a stoppage in this. If you are a fan of the UFC, or if you've ever been interested in the UFC, I would urge that you watch the rest of this show. There's some good fights coming up, some really interesting fights. Dude, don't leave. Don't leave. Imtiaz, shout out to you. I love the UFC streams. I enjoy UFC. We did a big one on Saturday. Like, I think it was 7 hours or something that we did. And as we said, I mean, we've missed the prelims on this. We missed the first fight on the main card. This is the second fight. There's about 3 more fights after. Some very interesting ones coming up, but no, I like to do the early. I like to do the whole thing. I don't just do the main card. I like to try and do the early prelims, and on those bigger shows where they've got early prelims and main card, I try to do all of them. Some nice scrambling here by Borg, but he's going to have to do a lot more than this. Takedown. Is that going to... Nah, they won't count that. He's got just over 2 minutes to go. I thought he was looking for a back elbow there. But he manages to spin around. So Borg finding himself getting pinned up against the octagon. This is not where he wants to be. Ricky grabbing the leg. He has got 7 counted takedowns now. That's gonna really help on Saturday. I think it really does bring a lot. John Anik, Daniel Cormier, and Paul Felder are the commentators for this. Simone, some nice jabs. Nice head kick coming in by Borg. He's got 1 minute 20 to find a finish, because Borg really is staring down the barrel of a decision loss here. Both guys in the middle. It's nice spinning back elbow by Borg, but Simone ducking underneath. He's moving forward. Looking with a couple of jabs. You can tell that they're both tired here because the energy is really waning. Oh, that was a bit of a Superman punch. It was a lunge forward by Borg. Simone on the outside, bit of distance. Ricky making sure that he doesn't do anything stupid with only 30 seconds left. He's quite happy to stand his ground in the middle as Borg comes in with a knee. Ricky comes back with a knee of his own. Oh, big right left, though, by Borg. And a smile comes across the face of Simone there. Trading shots back and forth. This has been a decent fight. They've thrown at each other. And in fact, Shane Burgess says, loving this fight. Technical striking, beautiful grappling, exchanges from both. There we go. We're going over to the scorecards. Days Jesse has been crying out for a shout out. Shout out to Jesse and Callan Corner. Always happy to do that. We'll get the decision and then we will say goodbye. Insiders are live right now. Awesome with the faction stuff, by the way. If anyone's looking to create a new faction, get in touch with the insiders. Get a group of 4. You can have a manager, but they can't participate. But they can certainly compile things for you and submit things for you. So yeah, get 4 people together, 5 with the manager, and get in touch with the insiders. Borg needed more of that action than in the last 30 seconds. Yes. Shout out to you, Owen. We'll all watch the insiders on demand. Well, you say that. Post show coming up, Smith versus Tajira. Right, here we go. We're getting the decisions. Ladies and gentlemen, it's got to be unanimous. 29-28. It's closer than I thought. 29. Split decision after all of that. Someone actually gave it to Borg. Ricky said he was nervous when he heard that Borg had took the first card. Wow. Split decision? Split decision? Nah, I can't do it, guys. It's rude is what it is. As I said, they always get in touch and ask me when are you live so that they can make sure that their videos that they schedule are completely out of the way of the streams. So for me to stick around and do this is a bit moody. So I don't think that's very fair of me. So we are back. I mean, look, leave them one in more. So we are back tomorrow for Total Divas. We are back on Friday for SmackDown. We are back on Saturday for UFC action. So you haven't got to wait that long. We do streams every day, guys. So we are back on Saturday for some UFC goodness. And as we said, on Sunday, in your house, I think we'll do it. I'm up for it. A big announcement tonight, and I'd love to watch that show. So, yeah, very, very excited. Right, my friends, thank you so much for joining us. Really do appreciate all of the support, as always. We are, as we said, back tomorrow. We are back tomorrow for Total Divas, which I still can't quite believe has won again, but hey-ho, here we are. Total Divas tomorrow. Right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Really appreciate the support, and hopefully see you again next time. Bye for now.